Yo, what is up, everybody? All my anime heads out there, welcome to another episode of Anime Nights, episode 19. And yeah, we got to talk about it, man. We got to talk about what, in my opinion, could be possibly the best live action adaptation of any anime that we've ever seen. I'm talking about One Piece. Now, there's a lot of disagreement out there about One Piece live action season 2, and we are absolutely going to chop it up and discuss all of that with our panel of guests who are hanging out, waiting in the back. Fear you not, we will absolutely get to that topic, but we will have some other topics that we're going to discuss as well. Samurai Champloo might be next. All right. Samurai Champloo actually might be the next one up. There's some talks about that with the same studio that made One Piece. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Chainsaw Man coming to an end. A lot of people are kind of shocked by it. I haven't gotten into the manga that deep, so I can't really tell you if this is the right time to end Chainsaw Man or not. But yeah, there's a little bit of consternation out there. We'll check that out. And then also we'll discuss Crunchyroll. They got some layoffs coming. There's some more nonsense with localizers. All right. Part of the problem with Crunchyroll is they got these doggone translators and localizers that ain't getting the job done. Okay, but they're charging you money. All right, they're charging you money for these sloppy translations or ideological translations. So we'll talk about all of that again with our panel of guests. Shout out to everybody that's hanging out with us in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. We got 24 folks in here, and I'm sure we're going to get some more as the night goes on. I hope everybody enjoyed One Piece, but if you didn't, that's fine too. Go ahead and sound off in the chat. Let us know how you feel about it. Okay, let us know how you feel about it in the chat. And thank you all, one and all, for being here. I appreciate every last one of you guys. Let's go ahead and say what's up to the panel that is here. Shout out to Name in the house. What up, Name? How's it going, man?
What's up? What's up, everyone?
How you feeling, man? You look like you're a little too laid back for the...
Bro, I'm just chilling right now because I got some hot takes for the panel, bro.
You got hot takes. All right. We know Name is full of hot takes, so we'll let him store those up and get ready. We also got Brandon, the anime guy, in the house. What's up, man?
I am tired as hell, and if you can't tell by my eyes, I feel like they're about to fall out. But it's a good thing, because it means I have been spending my time watching the anime and watching the One Piece and remembering why I love the One Piece.
Yeah, I think One Piece season 2 was excellent. All right. We'll argue it out whether it was the better season between the two. We'll talk about it. We also joining us, Angel, the casual reviewer. Angel, how's it going, bro?
It's good. It's good. How's everybody doing tonight?
Man, we hanging, man. We chilling. Hey, look, I don't know if we should just jump right to it. We got a lot of topics. Actually, you know what? No, we're not going to do that because we got quite a few topics. And we got a lot to get through. But some of the things that we share in our little chat, all right, because behind the scenes, we're all like in this big chat where, you know, it's mostly Name. We just let Name run wild and just spam us with all of his anime stories and everything. And that's great because guess what? He always shares something that I'm always like, wait, what? That happened? That's what's going on? Check this out, man. I thought this was the funniest thing that Name shared this week, man. So, biggest story in Japan right now is this mobile roasted sweet potato truck catching fire, blasting full speed through the red lights, driving right up to the fire station.
Wow.
This is absolutely crazy, man. This is in Japan. Let me see if there's some...
Only in Japan could you do that.
It's a truck. What does it say? It sells sweet potatoes, roasted sweet potatoes. Okay. And it caught on fire and it blazes a trail right up to the fire station. And the joke in the I'm not going to show it, but the joke was in Japan, things are so proper that they bring the fire to the fire station.
Damn.
Of course they would do that. Why not?
That's convenient.
Yeah, man, I thought that was just absolutely hilarious, man. But yeah, I mean, I guess they don't want the Japanese fire department to be out of, you know, like we don't want to take you guys away from what we'll bring the fire to you since it's already on, you know, since our truck is on fire. Let's just drive it to the fire station. I just thought this was absolutely hilarious, man. But yeah, that's kind of how Japan gets down, man. They're very proper people and you got to love it, right? I also thought this one was interesting. If any of you are planning to visit Japan, and you want to know the lingo, like, hey, what do I say when I run into somebody or I meet somebody? I thought this was interesting. All right. This is a Japanese manga editor working with creators overseas. He says, let me share a recommended phrase to remember when interacting with Japanese people. And it's Otsukara sama desu. Otsukara, is that how you say it name? Otsukara sama desu? Otsukara sama desu.
Yeah, something like that. Otsukara sama
Close
desu,
enough.
yeah.
It says, while it's good to learn standard greetings like konnichiwa, which is hello, or arigato, which is thank you, saying otsukare sama desu, even at a first meeting, will make you sound like a real sophisticated who knows the culture. Its original meaning is to appreciate the effort or hard work of someone who has finished a task, but nowadays it is used as a very versatile and casual greeting. Give it a try when you meet your Japanese business partners or friends. So remember that. Cool. That's the new lingo. Like, not the new lingo. It's old. It's a phrase I've heard said many times. Again, it's basically like, thank you for your hard work, which is all it's really saying. If somebody did a good job, otsukare sama desu, thank you for your hard work, and then you just move on past it. But they're saying now it's a way to kind of greet people, and I guess based on the culture, because Japan has a very strong work culture, greeting someone and saying, thank you for your hard work is, the way they do it. So I just thought that was very interesting. So yeah, that was that. And then the last thing I'll bring up is, let's see, where is it at? Oh yeah. So, and I shared this the other night on the nightcap as well. We got Kimi Onoda once again saying, hey, stop whining about discrimination, obey the laws and our customs when you're here, and there won't be any problem. So basically, we'll listen to her say it, but obviously this is in Japanese.
Exist if residents simply respected local rules and custom.
I thought this was I saw Japan's
Japan.
I saw another one where it was at her actually speaking, but I guess this one was the guy kind of, translating for it.
Japan's Kimi Onoda ignited a national firestorm after bluntly addressing foreigners living in Japan. She said discrimination wouldn't exist if residents simply respected local rules and customs. Onoda warned that ignoring laws fuels rumors and resentment, and made her stance clear. If you're here legally, learn Japan's ways. If not, leave. Critics call it harsh. Supporters say she voiced what many won't. The debate is exploding online. For Onoda, this isn't hate. It's about preserving Japan's culture and identity.
You're damn right.
We talk about this all the time. Like, if you're over in a foreign country, you got to get down the way they get down. You can't try to do your own thing. So I 100%, I love this chick. I don't even know her, and I love her already because she is standing up and sticking up for her culture, and so you got to love it, man. You absolutely got to love it. Anyway, let's talk a little bit of One Piece. Have you guys seen One Piece yet?
Almost done.
Almost done. Okay.
Yep. I got through episode 6 literally just about 12 minutes ago. And I asked the wife, do we want to watch some more? And she's like, well, I do, but I kind of want to have something to watch tomorrow. Well, we'll wait for tomorrow. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go talk with Derek and everybody else and talk about some One Piece.
How you feeling? How you feeling about it, Brandon?
Ooh, I really like it. And the thing that really is pushing me with part of it is how much hate it's getting and how much it's being shit upon. And there have been a lot of people that have opined. And if you don't like One Piece, that's fine. If you don't like the idea of it being taken and making live action, that's fine. If you don't like the changes that were made, that's fine. At the end of the day, the spirit is there. And it hits all the notes for all the things that I recognize and I remember, especially now that we've gone up and gone to Drum Island and gone to the great Dr. Kirihei. So, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, you're never going to please anybody all the time. And I really have got to that point of being really tired of talking or hearing from people that just have nothing but the total wanting to shit on it. Netflix deserves a lot of things. They deserve a lot of hate. They really do. This is not one of them. And I'm not going to be the one that goes and shits on their parade. I'm just not. It's what I've seen so far has been fine.
Yeah.
And if you really want to see what really happens, then watch the damn anime. Don't be such a damn whiner. Just go watch the fucking anime. I mean, seriously, how hard is that? How hard is it?
The thing about it is that they're different mediums meant, in my opinion, for somewhat different audiences. You know, like the audience for Netflix's live action is somebody that wants a more condensed version of the anime. You know, they're not going to be able to make over 1,000 episodes of live action. That's not happening.
No,
okay, so they can't do that, right? And I think that it's meant for different audiences. It's condensing the story, so obviously they're not going to be able to touch upon every single thing. Animation is different. It's a different medium than live action, so you could do more in animation in some regards. And so, yeah, I don't understand the negativity around it because it has the spirit of One Piece. It has the heart. It has the, the charm. And that's what you're looking for, in my opinion. That's what you're looking for them to kind of understand what One Piece is and get it right. Is it going to be a 1-for-1 carbon copy? No, of course.
It can't.
Yeah, it couldn't be.
Yeah, and I knew that going in, especially when it took 3 years to go from season 1 to season 2, and they're picking up the pace finally, and they kind of have to. And the rumors are abounding of how far will they go, and I think the rumor that probably hits the best and is probably going to be the one to pan out is get through to the time skip, go through Marineford, and after that, if they choose to continue it, they'll have to. Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
They'll have to basically start fresh because for those of you who have watched and know, there's a difference in the animation between the original run and the time that they took off and came back.
Yeah.
So they're going to get a glow up or they're going to get a downgrade, and they'll have to basically start with new people because everybody will be too old by the time that they get to that point. I apologize. My weebling decided to come back home, bring me my card, and what do you have? What do you got? Oh, you've got this is a little something that she brought back from Hawaii a few weeks ago.
Oh, nice. What is it?
It's just a little tin that has pineapple candy in it.
Very cool.
Yeah, and it's of course got all the great ones, including the All Might there. So
Nice.
say hello, London. She's just waving. She's
I just see a hand.
I'm gonna mute myself here. Hello.
All right, Name. Let's hear from you. Have you seen One Piece? Did you watch it, sir? No.
Oh,
Name didn't
man.
watch One Piece. He saw the thumbnail. He knew what we was going to be talking about, but he didn't watch it.
Nope.
He is a busy
But
man.
I've also been seeing all the discourse, and that's kind of been making me not want to watch it because I think there are two sides to this. I can see where there's like people are just unnecessarily like shitting on it for like all the wrong reasons, and I've been sending that. But I also think there's a side of the discourse that is like willingly not willing to see the criticisms because they want to like the show, and I understand that. There are things that I enjoy that aren't like 10 out of 10, and I can admit that. But I think it's like really, really like just navigating this is really difficult because we've had a lot of conversations about live actions in the past, and I've never seen this like level of like response to a live action because
It's
in the
been
past,
massive.
we talked about Sakamoto Days and Blue Lock on this show, and like I remember the reception was lukewarm for that, and I'm wondering like why some of those like some of that energy and argument isn't being applied to One Piece. Like what makes those two different? Because like I was really excited. I was like interested in what Sakamoto Days and Blue Lock were doing over like the live action One Piece. Just like me personally, but. Like everyone was like, dogging on those ones. And then like, I see the same people like praising One Piece in the way that, what's it called? I thought they would have been praising Sakamoto Days and Blue Lock.
Sakamoto Days, yeah.
And we haven't gotten the full product for those two. We've gotten like, a full season and now two with One Piece. But like just from like, the teaser alone, like I was like I thought they were doing some like really interesting things. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the matter. I don't think I'll have like much to say about like, specific episodes or not, but it's just like it's just fascinating watching like the energy for like, a really, really big show versus like, something that probably isn't going to get a lot of traction because it's not going to be on Netflix.
Okay. All right. Fair point. Angel, we see your background was changed. It looks like you're feeling One Piece. And I know you saw it that first night we were talking about it on Tuesday. You've had a chance to marinate on it. I don't know. Have you gone back and watched any of those episodes again?
I didn't go back and watch those episodes, but what I did just to give a reference or really compare the episodes, I went back and watched the animes. Okay. So I went back and I particularly watched those episodes where we had number 3, they were on the island, like just to compare everything, the scenes, frame for frame to see what was different. The anime was honestly better. You know what I mean? Like they showed more detail. I'm not saying that the live action was bad, but the anime showed a lot more detailed in regards to the story, a little bit more. I'm kind of trying to figure out why they didn't have the duck character. Now I don't know too much about that character.
No Karu yet. Yeah,
but why he's not in the story, because they would have made it a little bit more better for me, live action wise, to have him in there, just a comedic, reference, because that's pretty much what he is in that show. So why not have him in there? But
yeah, I think we're gonna get there eventually.
Yeah.
I think we'll get there eventually with the next season. But yeah, you're right. Not this time around. Yeah, in this second season, I don't know, man. They only got so much of a budget. I guess they have to work with. They had to put something in the Tony Chopper to make sure that Tony Chopper came out clean. Because it seems like that's where the majority of their budget went, to those last 3 episodes. Those last 3 episodes, they really pumped those up. The rest of like you were talking about the CGI in the chat, and even on the last anime nights, CGI is a little hard to watch over those first couple of episodes, man. I was like,
when he was fighting the beaver, when he was fighting that beaver in that house, that was just like, I'm sitting there like, seriously, you missed the whole kick. Like you could see him literally missing. You could see him messing up. Like it just looks uncomfortable. Like he really wasn't comfortable in that scene. And it was wild to me to watch. I was like, really? Oh, okay.
Him and Mr. 13. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Brandon. Were you saying something?
Oh, it's a TV budget, and we can tell it's a TV budget. And I'm okay with that. I think we have had too many years of streaming services trying to overdo their budget with certain things, and then it all goes to hell and they can't continue or finish it properly or things like that. And the best way to treat this is to treat it as a TV series. And in a TV series, you are going to have that limited budget and you're going to have to be careful. Yep. And there's going to be some times when maybe it doesn't turn out the best way possible, but it gets they're getting the point across. Everything that they need to be doing is there. So
I agree. I thought it worked out just fine. Like I said, for me, it's a tie between season 1 and season 2 right now. For me, I enjoy both of them tremendously as live action adaptations.
2 is way better.
Yeah, and if you look at it through the lens of an anime show, it's not going to come off right. Go ahead, Name. I'm sorry.
I mean, but like you guys have to remember, like they got the Netflix backing for like the money. Like this, like even though like it's less than what a lot of like Western shows have, it's still a lot of money compared to like if you were comparing like a lot of these like Japanese tokusatsu shows, which I constantly bring up. And like I've seen like some of like the critiques I saw, and I thought it was a fair one, was when Luffy singing to Laboon. That scene.
Oh, that was brilliant! Like, I love that.
It's a good scene, but then some of the critiques I was seeing was like like the lighting was like, and like the staging was like a little bit flat, and it's like a really major nitpick. But I was just like depend. Like I don't know how much budget they have. I'm pretty sure like I said, it's Netflix.
It's
It's
one of the
Piece,
more expensive shows of all time.
Exactly. So
yeah,
I don't know.
You know, and
you still got to just
one
thing to keep in mind with that is the amount of CGI that you got to put into everything, into Luffy's powers, into all the various characters, into the world itself. Like One Piece is a very expensive show. It would have had to be expensive. All right. But the final fight scenes, like those final 3 episodes, like I said, you could tell that's where the budget went. The budget went into Tony Chopper to make him feel like he was actually a part of what was going on. And he
like
wasn't just like some little cartoon character. You know what I mean?
He's just a plushie. I saw they had a what the hell. I'm tired. I apologize. Hold on.
No, you good, man.
There was a podcast that Netflix has put out. There's 6 episodes of it. And the first episode was Inaki talking with Oda. And part of the thing with Chopper, in order to get Chopper to look right, is Oda supposedly told him to treat him like a plushie, like a stuffed bear. Don't try to overthink it. Don't overdo it as if he is real. Have it be real as a toy, and it works. Yeah. What I saw there with the good doctor and Nami, and of course Luffy busting in like, whoa, the witch is trying to cook me for dinner. that was so fun. It was brilliant. But Chopper looked right. He looked exactly as he needed to be. And a lot of people seem to forget how these characters looked, behaved, and sounded before the time skip, because it's been so long since we had the time skip. I've not gone past that. So they're all behaving, looking, sounding, and especially for Chopper was not meant to be the pretty one that he eventually ended up being. He's a gnarly reindeer when he needs to be. And even in his cutie form, he's still a bit gnarly.
Yep. I think the only thing that... Yeah, go ahead, man.
I was just going to say, I was looking up the info in regards to the budget. So supposedly the budget for season 2 was about 138 mil. So they were saying they projected about 18 mil per episode.
Yeah, that's pretty low for a supposed high-end Netflix joint, or at least to me that feels rather constrained, and that's a good thing, because then it forces them to really pick and choose what is important instead of trying to do too much. Where we've had too many shows that have had the budget, could have done something, and they blew it somewhere. They just couldn't pull it together. It's like with modern gaming versus classic gaming. In classic gaming, you had to be really careful about your memory usage. You didn't have unlimited space, whereas now you have unlimited everything, and we can see how the quality of said things have just gone down the toilet. There's too many tools out there that make it too easy to do it, where you don't get into the nitty-gritty and actually make it do what you want it to do. You just accept what's given to you. Yep. So I'm glad that they're being more constrained with their budget, because one, they supposedly, depending upon how they calculate how they make money, they'll make money with this. They're not going to lose out. They got to tell a more concise story. They've got to be more careful with what they do. And to me, that's a very important thing to have for a live action, especially one where they're trying to do so much with so little time.
Couldn't agree more. There's a difference when you're trying to do something live action and you want to, you really want to do right by the work, by the original anime and the manga. All right. Because you remember, man, Oda wrote the anime. The manga. He wrote the manga. And so he's on set and he's giving them his impressions from the manga's perspective. And now you're trying to really translate his ideas from, being the creator of the manga onto live action. In a lot of ways, that's harder than taking it from anime to live action. But let's talk about some of the the backlash that we're getting. A lot of people responded to this guy, Jason Klum. I turned off the episode. This is unbearable. And what he's talking about is this scene here where Luffy is, waving to the folks. This is, I think, in the second episode.
No, it's the first episode.
Is this the first episode?
Yeah, this is coming down, going up the red line and down the red line. No, you're right. This is the second. First episode was Lowtown. That's right.
Yeah. So, this is right when they got out of
Laboon.
Laboon. I almost said Plaboon. My head was switching it up in my head. But anyway, this guy Dazza comes back with a great response. People are watching One Piece live action through the lens of Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad, when you need to watch it through the lens of Tokusatsu.
Yes.
That's how you need to watch this. It's not Breaking Bad, all right? You're not watching a standard Western style TV series. You're watching Tokusatsu, all right? You're watching something coming from the East. You're watching, what Eiichiro Oda would have been inspired by in Japan. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's a very good argument to say, hey, don't look at it like this, look at it like this. But see, if you've never watched Tokusatsu, I mean, you really can't.
You have no reference point.
You have no
and a lot of people in the West don't have that.
I keep telling y'all to watch it, but y'all don't listen to me. I keep telling you there's some bangers, but no one listens to me, bro. Like,
Name is trying to get us to say, yeah, you guys got to watch it, man. Come on, I'm telling you. But yo, I mean, I watch it as a live action anime adaptation, and I'm cool with it, and I don't watch a lot of Tokusatsu, but I watch it as a live action adaptation, and I'm good with it. But a lot of people were not. And, again, I allow all opinions as long as they're not just rooted in, I just despise it just because, if you actually have like legit criticism, then that's fine, And
there's a lot of people that hate it just because I've never understood certain aspects of fandom or certain parts of the online discourse. And as my wife put it, everybody has an opinion. Opinions are like assholes. We all have them. Well, unless you're cut in half, then you don't have an asshole. But that's besides the fact. This is one of those things that you're either really going to like it or you're not. And I totally get, and I can sympathize to a point, those that are the purists that do not want to see anime become live action. Well, as much as we may or may not want that to happen, it's going to happen. And if it's going to happen, then it needs to be as good as possible. And this is the standard. Whether or not you think it's a good standard, it's still the standard. It definitely blows away that pile of trash called Death Note, and it puts to shame their prior work of messing up Watanabe's Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
So...
Yep, and we're going to get to that in a minute right after this because the same studio who made this and Cowboy Bebop is about to jump into Samurai Champloo. Someone else's opinion here, I thought this was interesting. One Piece fans, when a goofy, over-the-top anime/manga character is actually goofy and over-the-top in the live action, what did they expect? It's like... I'm right there with him.
Yeah, like, that's a no shit moment.
Him to be...
What? One Piece be silly and over the top and have the eyes popping out of their head every 5 seconds? What? No. Have they not seen when Luffy goes to Gear 5 and what the hell happens then and what it looks like and what it's referencing? Ugh. You see this face? This is the face of disgust with some of these shitbirds on X. My lord, man. Gear 5 is not horrible. Gear 5 was fun as hell, goofy as hell, and that's the exact thing that Oda's going for. In fact, he even said in his thing, don't take it so damn seriously. Just have fun with it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Name, you got any thoughts on that?
I mean, I understand, like, for better, for worse, they're trying to hold the entertainment to a high standard, but it's like we were talking about, like, this is a completely different standard. This is adapting an anime, which is like adapting a manga, and those are like very like different mediums, and also like especially like U.S. versus like Japan, and broadly like Western versus Eastern, like our standards of entertainment are different. Our standards, what's funny, what the culture is like over there. Like you saw, you posted in the beginning, VA, like, they use the phrase, thank you for your work as a greeting now. So that's like something that you don't do, like, you know, in the US when you just pull up to someone, you say, oh, thanks for your work, bro. It's like, what? I just met you. Yeah. Because, you know, this is it's a very different thing. And it's very hard for like people to reconcile that, because if all you consume like is like Hollywood stuff, and this is my theory, my working theory for this. It's like, for better or for worse, like the people who only watch live action, who absolutely refuse to watch anything animated because they think it's like corny, they think it's for kids, this is going to be their introduction to One Piece. And they're not ready for it, because they still have that mentality of like, you know, animation is like, you know, for kids and all that. And because this is, you know, even though it's adapted from the manga, there are elements of the anime present in there as well. A lot of these actors, they will refer to like, you know, the anime in their research, and that just doesn't like sit right with the people who are very like, you know, purists in terms of like, oh, I only watch like live actions. I don't mess with cartoons unless it's like I go out watching with my kids. Like they're kind of like Matt Walsh in that sense.
Boo!
You know, I'm sorry, but you know what I compare this to? I'm sorry, Brandon. I could really compare this to the Arrowverse. And the reason why I compare this to the Arrowverse, because remember when the Arrowverse first dropped, everybody was clowning it. Everybody was saying how bad it looked, the costumes, the feel, it just didn't feel real. You know what I'm saying? And they were comparing it to Marvel. Now that Marvel declined and DC declined, what are we comparing those things to now? Any of their movies that dropped, we comparing it to the Arrowverse. So it's like the things that we clown back in those days, you know what I mean, is the standard. It's the standard that we look at. Like it has to at least be as decent as the Arrowverse or better. If it is,
Angel, can I jump in? Real quick? It's like the Green Lantern shit. Like, you know, like everyone was shitting on the 2011 movie, and now everyone's going through that revisionist history. Like, hold up, maybe they're onto something, because
they had some after all. Yeah, maybe it wasn't so bad. Yeah.
It's funny because I used to like the Arrowverse. You know, when it first came out, Arrow was damn good. Those first 2 seasons, those were fire TV seasons. They were good. But like all things within the past 15 years, they decided to wander into the land of the DEI, and it turned into a puke fest.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. And it's sad. But, you know, I really do like One Piece. I know there are a lot of people that don't, whatever reasons. You just have to accept it for what it is. And if you do, you'll be fun. You'll enjoy it. You'll relax. But if you don't like the fantastical, if you don't like the absurdity, if you don't like the insane nature of traditional style cartoons, then no, you're not going to like it. And if you're not going to like it, as was said a long time ago, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Don't put yourself through it.
I think the first season of One Piece, it kind of went through everybody's character backstories. And I think even with some of the goofiness and the zaniness of it, you started to relate to each character. I thought that first introductory season was really well done. This one feels more anime than even that, even with Buggy, you know, in that first season. You know, Buggy was out there, but it's like, okay, this one feels like a little bit more like insane. You got a little reindeer popping up at the end of the season. You know, you got a giant whale smashing his head into the side of a cliff wall. Like you have all of these insane, crazy things going on. It's a little bit more cartoonish in the second season than in the first season. And honestly, I loved it, man. That's what I loved most about it. Is that it felt more like this felt more closer to the original anime than the first season. I think both seasons are excellent, but this is so just over the top. Everything that's going on, freaking Walpole, man. And I didn't know how they were going to do Walpole, and he was
That's
great.
not easy.
He was great. All right, every character came across well. You know, we're going to get more obviously next year or next 2 years. I don't know when the next one's going to drop, but we'll get, you know, even better season of One Piece. You know, probably I'm thinking maybe at the end, I'm hoping at the end, you know, the early 2020, maybe the end of 28, early 29. I'm hoping it doesn't take another.
No, they can't. They, as far as I know, they were already in production. They were already working on it.
Yeah.
If they're going to make this work the way that they needed to, they're going to have to keep themselves on a more traditional TV type schedule yearly. They have to. There's no choice. These people are they're in their prime now. They're in their peak everything. You've got to take advantage of that while they're still looking closer to what they should be, which is a late teens, early 20s person. You start getting in the 30s, 35, 40, even when you're in the best of shape. Let's face fact. At 40 years old, I did not look like I was still 18. You could tell by just looking at my face. So it happens. And the less you have to spend on the makeup, the less time you have to spend in the chair, the less time you have to try and put the filters on the face, the more you can.
You know, part of, this season's kind of overall theme are the cherry blossoms. And I just love it, man. I love it. And like you guys just said, man, Japan has their own style. I think a lot of people were hoping this would get more like closer to normal America. It's not. Okay. If you were hoping that, it's going to go in the complete other direction. And if you're not prepared for that, you're just going to get thrown for a loop. One Piece is wild. All right. It is absolutely wacky, wild, insane, with a ton of heart, with a ton of charm. Okay. T-Boo Pippi Longstocking. Don't listen to T. Don't anybody listen to T. You don't know what he's talking about. All right. This and the last two episodes, I think I've changed my mind. I said my favorite episode was episode 6 on the last on the nightcap. I'm changing it to episode 7 now. Episode 7 is by far my favorite. It is such an
emotional one. That was the best one to me. Like that was the peak, and it got you there. But the last episode kind of declined.
Well, Wappo was such an asshole of a character. He is so easy to hate, and I've seen the stuff that's come out about it. And even in the anime or in the manga, his power is stupid. And the way that it gets portrayed or how it works is stupid. So that's one of those things that's a little harder to properly translate without it looking stupid.
That's why, Brandon, that's why I said they put all, because you're going to see it when you get to episode 8. That's where a lot of the budget went because of the way Wappo's powers work and what he does to the townspeople. They had to put the money there because otherwise all of that would just look goofy as hell. All right. It just wouldn't look right. So that's the reason why I said all of the budget went towards that final episode, because that's where Wappo's everything, the final battle, all of that happens. But anyway,
Wappo and Chopper, them two, because I think with the townspeople, everything else was practical. You could tell it was all practical. You could tell they were just circus people that were dressed up and they were doing whatever they needed to do. But the CGI for Wappo and for Chopper, like you could tell that went there. All the rest of that 18 mil for that episode.
But it looked great, man.
Them.
Yeah, and the more that they can do in practical effects, the better it will hold up over time. So
I don't know about Chopper part because they had him in practical, and that just is off-putting to me.
Let's talk about the dedication of the actors. All right. And what they went through. We can talk about this one. Look at Nami, right? One Piece actress Emily Rudd insisted on wearing Nami's miniskirt for the fans. Revealed a costume design for the show. She said, I want to get this as correct as possible. What do I always say? Get as close to the original as humanly possible. Just get as close to the original as you can. And she was really badass about it because it was really cold. All right. So, yeah, she broke out the mini skirt. She was like, nah, we wearing the mini skirt. We're not going to, like, what was the name of the chick that played Faye in
Danielle Pineda, that bitch.
Oh God, man! Like you're treating me like a sex object in Cowboy Bebop. That's what I meant. Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, Danielle Pineda.
Valentine.
That
Can't
bitch.
stand her, man. She had to get out there and like, look, give the fans what they want. If they want, hey, Emily Rudd did it. Give me the short mini skirt. I'm putting it on and I'm gonna rock it out for the fans. That's what we doing. So I'm happy that some of these folks are very, very committed to, doing what the fans want. You can call it fan service or whatever. All right. But she's committed. The hair is orange. The mini skirt is yellow. It even got the little rings on the side. I mean, I love the fact that the actors are dedicated and they are saying, I want to get it as correct as I possibly can.
Yeah. And She is a huge One Piece nerd. She gets it. Now the top could have been better, but this is still Netflix we're talking about. They're not gonna go full Oda. They'll come close, but they're not gonna go full Oda. So I can deal with it.
I mean, DA, it's like you always say, like, if you don't like what these guys are doing, go make your own product. Like, for Cowboy Bebop, they were trying, like, the reason why I think that one failed was because they tried too hard to change the source material to fit an audience that wasn't going to be interested in it in the first place.
Yes.
And it's clear that they learned from that. And hopefully that continues to hold true for Samurai Champloo as well, that you just got to commit to an author's vision. If you don't like his vision, then why are you adapting his work? And you think this is bad, we're going to talk about, like, post time skip. And I've seen some of the pictures, like, some of them they look crazy post time skip. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about, but Nami, she always, I think she's literally only wearing like a swimsuit or like a bra for like all of like post time skip. So it's only like, it only gets better down here. So
it only gets better, right? But yeah, I like that she came in, ready to go, man. Hey, man, I'm playing the role the way that it should be played. We also got the gentleman that plays Zoro, all right? The late
Sonny Chiba's kid.
Here he is, teaching a young Makenyu the art of swordsmanship. All right. So he's been learning this from his father. All right. That's the guy that plays Zoro. He's been learning this from his father, Sonny Chiba, the legendary actor, since he was a kid. And so it really shows up in that third episode. And that third episode, man, bro,
so good.
That was the best
so freaking good. That third episode to me, you could say that's also one of the best episodes of this season. Zoro just cutting through Whiskey Peak. Every 100 villains.
Did
100.
you have that tweet, DA? Did you have that tweet pulled up where like Kenyu had to fight for that scene because they didn't want to do it, and he fought for for each of the 100 stuntmen to actually go through it.
Yes, and he wanted it counted.
And it's amazing too because
could not only vouch for the Sendai Kitetsu testing scene, he also demanded that Zoro has to fight exactly 100 people. He did all that within only 6 hours of practice and a broken finger. What a legend. Thank you, Makenyu. Let's hear him say it. Let's hear him talk about it.
Respect.
Did you really fight 100 guys?
I actually did. And I knew the fans will count them. The process of making that stunt sequence, I told them that it's got to be 100. They're going to count them.
6 hours for that whole sequence. We had 8 days to shoot that whole thing with a broken finger.
A lot more work for me, but it was definitely worth it.
Did you really fight 100 guys?
I mean, think about it.
Paid off.
Guys. That's dedication.
This guy's like the Japanese Tom Cruise, bro. Like, there's another post. I don't know if you have it pulled up. Like, Makenyu's trainer showed like his routine in the gym, and it's crazy how much work this guy puts in for like the fans. Like, he's doing the stunts himself. 100 people, 6 hours. Like, it's not easy, especially with
here's
all the
what he
choreography
shared
that's going on. Yeah.
On the rigorous training routine, Makenyu is an athlete when it comes to his fight scenes. A small injury could make his explosive sequences painful or impossible to perform. He does all his own stunts, so his training must take that into account. All his movements are designed to isolate the exact muscle we want to develop. With the correct diet and recovery, that muscle repairs and grows in size and density. With him, we experimented with several training methods, but we discovered that his body responds best to rest/pause training. This is an extremely powerful method and not for the faint-hearted. Only the strong managed to complete a full workout this way, and he did. He pushed himself to the limit because he had one goal in mind: to impress his fans, you guys. All right. And so, yeah, he broke it down on his training regimen. I mean, this guy went all the way to the wall for the fans. Coming to the stage, Stacy Gardner in the house. Stacy, what is up, bro? We're talking One Piece live action. Not sure. Did you get a chance to watch all of it?
I basically had to marathon it over 2 days.
But you made it.
Yes, I did.
All right. What are your thoughts, man? We're dying to hear. What did you think of it?
I actually thought it was very faithful to the source material. There was some stuff that I'm like, I don't remember if that happened there. I know that like some of the scenes in like Logue Town. I don't remember Sanji and Luffy going through like the market district, looking at the fish. I know Sanji did it. I know Luffy wasn't there. He basically ran off towards the town square looking for the scaffold when he got there.
Yeah.
I do like how they took liberties with what they were trying to do. It actually worked. There was some stuff I'm like, I know that didn't happen like that, but for what it was worth, I have to give it at least a scale of 1 to 10, a 9.
Okay.
I have to give it a 9.
I think that's fair.
Did you like it better than season 1, or are you still thinking season 1 is better, or what do you think on that?
I'd say slightly better.
Okay.
Oh, it's way better. I can tell you from watching and from reading, the East Blue is paltry in comparison to the Baroque works and the Alabasta arc. Alabasta is going to be
I can't wait.
So out there. Oh, it's going to be so good. Especially when
I was almost bummed when I was like, "This is it." Oh, I'm gonna get to Alabasta. Yeah,
but they're going to take the time. They'll have the time to do Alabasta right, because Alabasta was a long arc.
I mean, that's an entire season, basically, right? You just all 8 episodes with Alabasta, and you don't. Yeah, yeah. I am so looking forward to that. Stacey,
especially when he goes up against Crocodile.
Well, what was your favorite episode on the season?
Well, I actually had 2 favorite episodes.
Okay.
One was the one where Zoro actually fought 100 people. I was like, dude, that's
Whiskey Peak.
That's going to be Whiskey Peak. Thank you.
3. Yeah.
And
so good.
Yes, it was. And the final episode of the season, Chopper send off to Dr. Correa. I'm like, oh no, that got me in the feels.
Man, it gets you right here. It's like, oh yeah.
I actually went through 3 of these. These are tissue packs. I went through 3 of these off of that.
Off of that alone. Wow.
Yes.
Well, look, I think that most people are saying, hey, this worked out pretty good. Some folks are saying the opposite. All right. They're saying, well, it's not as good as the first season. This is on MovieWeb. Netflix's, I agree. Netflix's returning fantasy series fails to replicate the success of season 1. Now, they're actually just looking at the metrics of it all. Because if you were to go, and I'm gonna go there right now, as a matter of fact, I saw this earlier and I was like, okay, I guess, they're just looking at the numbers. If you were to go to the top shows, all right, because Netflix will show you, the top TV shows in the US today. 1, 2, and 3, you don't see One Piece. But if you scroll over one more, there's One Piece at number 4. And so the question is, are people watching it? Because when something like Stranger Things dropped or Squid Game dropped, it was number 1 immediately, and it stayed that way. And it seems like with One Piece, I don't know if people are just, hey, man, I'm going to check it this weekend. I'll binge watch it on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then this thing will boost itself up all the way to number 1 at that point. But it seems that it dropped on Tuesday. Everybody's, kind of buzzing about it and talking about it. It's a big popping on, social media, but it's not, and I mean, I don't know what Love is Blind. It's not something I would watch, the Virgin River, Age of Attraction. These aren't shows that I would be watching. So like, why ain't everybody watching One Piece?
Well,
what's going on? Any
you
thoughts
said
on
it.
that?
You used the term earlier, DA binge watch. I think that was a huge misstep on Netflix's part. And Brandon talked about this earlier, but they took way too long between season 1 and 2. And to further that, they dropped it all at once. I think if they, taking like 3 years, like that's always not recommended because if so many things come out nowadays that it's so easy for things to fall out of the social conscious. But I think you could have built momentum and watch time if you drop this episode by episode, because people will be like, oh, One Piece is back after 3 years, let me check it out. And then like those people will start telling their friends like, hey, One Piece is back, you know, tap back in. You remember that show from 3 years ago that you like? Let's, you know, it's back. Let's go watch it every week. And then I think that would have done better. That would have allowed it to done better. And also, like, they dropped it on a Tuesday. Usually, I don't know, like, everyone's schedules. I know everyone has, like, different off days and whatnot, but Tuesdays usually where a day where kids are at school, people are working. So there's not much time for you to just sit down and, like, watch it. Even if you have a little bit of time after work or school, it's usually spent on dinner and prepping for the next day. So I would have dropped this probably over the weekend if you were going to do a binge, but I think one episode a week was the way to go.
Okay. Yeah, I think the binge watch model, that's just the Netflix model, you know, so they're going to stick with that as much as humanly possible. And I mean, it works for them, you know, in terms of, you know, retention, you know, in certain regards, long retention, because they drop little binge series every couple of weeks. So it's like, oh, something new to binge. And then we got another thing to binge. You know, if you're just holding out for One Piece and this is all you watching, yeah, you're probably wasting your money. Just buy Netflix and drop it. But if you got, you know, series dropping week after week and that's the Netflix way, you know, they just want people to, you know, kind of buy into their binge watch model.
But DA, though, what's crazy is they have a couple of shows on there. If you look at Netflix, if you go on there, a lot of their shows on their top 10 is week to week. If you was to really pay attention and look at some of those shows, they have a couple of shows that they do week to week. So why are they investing on those shows that are not that popular to make them go week to week compared to something like this that would keep your network buzzing or keep your streaming services buzzing? Like Neurotic was talking about this earlier, like the comparison to dropping something all, you know, one, you know, binge watching it compared to dropping it week to week. Like you get more of a buzz, you generate more revenue in a sense, you generate more just people talking about it. Like you need that to last. Like normally when you do this, we only gonna probably talk about this for this week, maybe next week, and then that's that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what else can we say, or what else are we going to talk about in regards to One Piece?
Yeah, I get that part too. That, you know, it stays in the cultural zeitgeist longer. You know, so people are talking about it for, you know, the next 8 weeks versus talking about it one weekend, maybe 2 weekends, and then they're done talking about it. Like I said, that's just Netflix's model. You know, Netflix does things based on their. Remember, they're not a TV. They do the anti-television thing. All right, we're not television. We don't do week to week drops. All right, we're not a movie studio. We don't put movies in theaters. Everything's right here on Netflix, and it doesn't have commercials, presumably. I know there's some that do have commercials now, but like that's just the Netflix model of doing business, because they're not television. They're the streaming service really is just, you know, they're an internet company, you know, with an app, and they just want you on the app. And so, you know, in their heads, they're saying we're going to get a lot of engagement on this one weekend because everybody's going to watch it, and that's the way they think. You know, whether or not that's the smart way of doing it, are they leaving money on the table? Probably, you know, but at the same time, this has worked out for them, and they're the number one streaming service. This is why they do it. Like I said, they're not a movie theater either. I mean, they're not a movie company. They put their movie. Everybody says you would make money, you know, and make your movies even more popular if you put them in theaters, right? So it's the same kind of concept. Do we understand all the metrics behind it? Probably not. But I know it's because of their algorithm. They use these streaming shows to kind of test the algorithm to tell people this is what people are, or tell their computer guys, this is what everybody's watching. So we need more shows like this. That's what they use the binge model for, you know, just to kind of test all of that crap out. Again, they're just an internet, you know, company that are really not a television station like that, or a television studio like that. And I think that's where everybody kind of gets this whole thing mixed up. You know, I talk about it all the time. They're not a studio. All right. They're a streaming service with, you know, with product on it. That's basically how it is. But yeah, I mean, I think the binge model works for Netflix, but it doesn't work for other shows or other companies. It doesn't work for like Disney Plus. You know, every time they've had to go to that, what do? They're dropping like trash as the binge. Like, we're going to drop it all at once because we know it sucks. You know, well, Netflix does the exact opposite. They drop it all at once because they know they're going to get a ton of engagement off of it for that one period of time. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's just, that's beside the point. I think that Netflix is doing, a decent enough job with its anime adaptations. Now the question becomes, can they keep it going? I know you guys have already heard it. We've kind of already leaned into this. Let me bring this up. Oh, wait, hold on. Where did it go? Where did it go? This is my One Piece deck. Hold on. I got to switch it up. All right. So we know that there are some.
Hey, sorry. Don't forget about the super chats.
Oh shit, you're right. Thank you for reminding me, man. All right, guys. Look, I got so much going on. We will get to the super chats right now.
DA went Hollywood on y'all.
What's up?
I just said DA went Hollywood on y'all.
I completely forgot. Well, it's like I got like 4 decks here, and I got and I'm trying to engage in the conversation, so my bad on that. Angel, do me a favor, man.
Yes.
Cover these super chats because I got somebody ringing my phone, and then I gotta piss, and then I gotta get to this next thing. So cover the super chats for me if you don't mind, and I will be right back, everybody. Thank you, I appreciate it.
No doubt, no doubt. So our first super chat we got is now it's known. What is that? A super chat or is it a sticker?
It's a sticker. It's $1.
Sticker?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can't see what the sticker is, but thank you for
and
that.
And that's Mac, by the way. Shout out Mac. What's up, Mac?
Oh, Mac.
That's my boy Mac. He always dropping information and he always helping out the channel. So thank you very much, Mac, for the $1. Appreciate it. All right.
Appreciate Mac. All right. And our next super chat we have here, Brandon. One Piece is period. What is it? One Piece is period.
Yep. One Piece is period.
Oh. Kind of reminds me.
It does exist.
Yes,
it kind of reminds me of what Darkseid did in a comic book recently. That's what that's coming off to me as. Great.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, thanks for that 5 right there, Brandon. And then who else is next here? We got a new member here. We got Edwin. Thank you for becoming a new member for the first time, or is it a reshooter? I don't know. He's probably re-upping on his membership, but thank you for that as well. We got Dragon Master Zero. Looked like he dropped a good $10 for us. Thank you for that. And then we got Planet X87. You know what I'm saying? Dropped a super chat there for us. Almost finished Mezzo Fort. I hope the ending is good. Am I pronouncing that correctly, or did I?
You got the first part right. Mezzo.
Forte. Sorry.
Forte. There you go. There you go.
Okay. I need my glasses. I'm about to put that on right now. I'm old. Sorry.
It is what it is.
So, I mean, regarding One Piece, I mean, that was only your only thoughts in regards to that. Like, I think episode 8, the special effects on that one was just ridiculous. I know you didn't get to it yet, Brandon, but watch when you see the special effects for Chopper. Like,
oh yeah, it'll be good. I know it'll be good.
Oh man.
All right, that didn't take as long as I thought it would. Hey, thank you very much, Planet X87 for the 5. Almost finished with Mezzo Forte. I hope the ending is good. I'm not familiar with that. Is that an anime that I've missed out on?
Never heard of that one before.
Never heard of it. Guys, any did you guys, or maybe y'all was already talking about it? No?
Well, we just finished that super chat, but we didn't get to it yet.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, cool. We'll have to check it out. All right. I'll have to check it out. Planet X87. Thank you very much. Yo, Nick Knack is in the house with $5. Hail to y'all. Thank you very much. Gave us the Vulcan salute. What's up? Thank you very much, Nick Knack, for that $5. And then Nick Knack. Now, one question, DA. Can One Punch Man work as a live series? Can One Punch Man work as a live series? I mean, I think you can adapt anything. Ever since somebody said you can't adapt, people used to think you couldn't adapt One Piece. And here we are talking about how good One Piece is. So I think you can adapt One Punch Man. It would be tough.
Yeah,
very
tough.
difficult. Yeah, but I think it could be done. I absolutely do think it can be done. The world of One Piece is absolutely insane. It's wild. All right. It's absolutely wild. But I absolutely believe that if they found the right director, producer, showrunner, and of course they work with one, because you got to work with the creator. You can't go around not working with the creator and think you're going to create something great. I think especially when you're trying to translate anime to live action, you really need to be locked in with the creator and making sure that everybody's on the same page. And that's what happened with One Piece. Eiichiro Oda, he's been a part of this thing from day one. He's locked in with the showrunners. He's locked in with the actors. The actors are locked in as well, and it works, you know. And it's not going to be a one-to-one. You know, One Punch Man is out there. All right. One Punch Man is absolutely out there as far as I'm concerned. But Stacy, what would be some of the problems you think with adapting One Punch Man? The fights probably.
Yeah. The fights definitely would be it. If you're going to try and create some of the like characters like the Deep Sea King and some of the aliens, what they did with Chopper and Arlong and One Piece live action, you could do that with probably no problem. It's the fights like when you got Saitama using his super serious punches. You got Geno's firing off basically everything from rockets and bullets to laser cannons and all that. Not to mention some of the other like S-class heroes like Tatsumaki. Ooh, good luck.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree, man. Yeah, it's the fight scenes, in my opinion, would be, you know, over the top. You would really have to. I don't know. I don't even know how. It's like, to me, it's almost like the Solo Leveling live action. Like, I'm curious how they're going to do all of those fight scenes. You know, it's like, how do you translate something that is just pure animation gold to live action when you know you can't do any of that stuff? It's going to be heavy CGI. But like I said, it can be done. All right. It can be done, but it's going to take a very
cost a fortune.
Hand.
Yeah. I mean, think about it like this. If they do get around to doing the Solo Leveling,
they making it right now. They're getting around to it.
Like imagine the CGI they got to do for Ashbourne. That's gonna be a killer.
It's gonna be wild, man.
My thing is Netflix gonna spend that much though? Like, do you think Netflix will spend it as far as the budget for that? Because Netflix is doing the Solo Leveling.
I don't know. So. I mean, Netflix is throwing money down. Like, they spent, what would they spend? $300 million on the Electric State, that Russo brothers movie. They spent $300 on that dog shit. So yeah, I can see them spending, you know, like, again, they probably could have spent that on One Piece, but you know, I feel like that's where their money should have went to, you know. But anyway, man, Draconis, bro. Once again, thank you very much for the one gifted not one gifted membership, but 2 gifted memberships from Draconis. Shout out. Thank you very much. Draconis has his own emoji in the chat, just like Dragon Master Zero, and I didn't acknowledge him. He dropped a sticker in there. It looks like a little fox with some Japanese fans with little hearts on them, shaking and baking. Thank you
Shibu Emu.
Shimu.
The
is
dog.
that who that is?
Yep, that's that dog.
Okay. Dragon Master, I appreciate it. Where's yours? There you go. So we got to thank Dragon Master Zero. And if you are a member, and Draconis just made a couple of y'all members, you also have access to the emojis, and you can give some love to Draconis, who has his emoji right here, and I'm dropping it in the chat. So guys, thank our loyal supporters that always support, always show up big time. Nick Nack, I'm gonna have to come and step in and get one for you as well, man, because you always getting it in, and I appreciate it. Nick Nack comes back with another 5. One Punch Man needs to be an all Japanese cast, in my opinion. What do you think, DA? Yeah, I mean, it takes place in Japan. It's the same thing with My Hero Academia. It has to be all Japanese. If you do a My Hero Academia adaptation, everybody, it takes place in Japan. It's not like, okay, One Piece takes place on the high seas in a fictional world. All right, that's fine. All right, let's get people from everywhere, whatever. It's on the high seas. Luffy is supposed to be Brazilian. Nami is supposed to be Swedish. Sanji is Canadian, and so on and so forth. And you grab people from different walks of life and different backgrounds. Fine. One Punch Man takes place in Japan. All right, My Hero, it takes place in Tokyo. And everybody has a Japanese name. So it better be all Japanese people.
It has to be.
It has to be all Japanese. There's no other way to do it. So, yeah, I think One Punch Man, all Japanese cast, 1,000%. Thank you very much, Nick Nack, for that.
There is one thing I did want to touch on from the 6th episode. a young Vivi looking in on the world government meeting. I thought it was hilarious that they had Abe Lincoln and that they had the dude with the Mexican hat.
Yeah.
You know, when everyone's a racist, no one's a racist. That was funny as hell. It's like the Tequila Gundam. We all love the Tequila Gundam, but we'll never get it because it's racist as fuck. And I love it. And now that I've seen King Cobra, they've decided to go that complexion for everybody there, and it works, and I'm fine with it. I originally wasn't fine with Vivi. I'm fine with her. She's fine. She's good.
I agree. It's one of those things where like you'd have to see it really. Like it sounds bad on paper, but when you see it, that's where you can really make your decision.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, guys. And then lastly, we got another one from Dragon Master Zero, who has just dropped another gifted membership. So that makes 3 memberships on the night. Plus Edwin Isme also became a new member. So thank you, Edwin Isme. Thank you, Draconis. Thank you, Dragon Master Zero. You guys are awesome for joining up and helping support the channel for another month. And we appreciate it, man. Everybody, I thank you for your super chat love. Let's give some love to the folks. Look, I am working on anime versions of all of these little songs and everything in the background, the beginning, the ending, all of that. And we already have All Might for the super chat. I got to get an anime version of the members welcome, but we will still give you that right now. Thank you, fellas. Here you go. Yes, indeed. Welcome to the family. And for all the super chatters, you guys are awesome. A little All Might for you, and we appreciate it. All right. So on the heels of One Piece live action, now we got the Netflix One Piece producers to make a live action Samurai Champloo adaptation. And people are getting a little nervous. All right.
They're already losing their shit over it.
My goodness, yes. They are not.
I can't blame them.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It does make sense. All right. Now, I've never seen Samurai Champloo. Okay, I've never watched it, so I'm not the expert here. Cyfax, if he was here, he's a Samurai Champloo aficionado. He says that's his favorite anime. He talks about it all the time. He's not here, unfortunately, tonight. But for anyone else that has seen it, is this adaptable? Is this going to be easier, harder? What do you think?
I think it's going to be a little bit easier because you're basically going around the feudal era. No, not feudal, Meiji era, which basically works. If you can do a live action Rurouni Kenshin, then a live action Samurai Champloo is like easy. You just need to find the right kind of hip hop music to play in the background during some of the fights.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I think listen, man, I like Cowboy Bebop, you know, obviously one of the GOATs in terms of anime. But the adaptation was dog shit. Absolute dog shit. And well, let's talk about it. The people that made One Piece are now making Samurai Champloo. Name. Who did Cowboy Bebop?
Wasn't it Tomorrow Studios?
It's the same people, man. Yeah, it was the same people that did. So the same producers that did Cowboy Bebop also did One Piece and are about to do Samurai Champloo. So maybe they've learned their lesson. All right, we kind of hope that they learn from their mistakes that they made with Cowboy Bebop. From my understanding, and this is what we got here: One Piece producers to adapt Samurai Champloo with creator Shinichiro Watanabe. So he's a part of it. He's going to be involved with it. How much is his involvement? That remains to be seen. Is he going to be Eiichiro Oda? He got the right of first refusal. I got veto powers. I can cancel out anything that you're doing. Because he already saw what they did with Cowboy Bebop. And he's probably thinking, you know what? Nah, not this time. All right, I'm involved. I want to be just like Oda. Oda was involved with One Piece. I'm going to be involved with Samurai Champloo. I think that's the only way that you can do this. So if he's involved, it makes me feel a little bit better that it's going to get done right. I'm going to have to catch up and watch it because I'm not sure, what this series is. Now, this is the creator himself. As we're talking about this, let's just show this guy. He's going through this is Shinichiro Watanabe's closet picks. He's making picks of his favorite movies in the Criterion collection. So that's the creator himself. And he's in New York, and he's just kind of talking about it. But look, what do we want to see? If those have seen it, again, what do we need to see from a Samurai Champloo adaptation to make sure that it sticks to landing?
Well, I think what we need to see is, of course, the main thing, the rivalry between the two men that are traveling with Fu. But we also need to see the samurai that smells of sunflower seeds, which is what the goal of the show would be.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's interesting. Samurai that smells of sunflower seeds. Okay.
Yeah, because in the anime, that's actually what Fu, who was the young lady in the group, asked Jean and Jin, Mugen and Jin, to protect her while they looked for that guy.
Okay.
And
yeah, they're saying Mugen and Rin again. Oh, Jin. Okay.
Yeah. Jin and Mugen were their names. Like I said, there needs to be that time where it's basically one of those things where, like, every so often they're going to pick a fight with each other, but they have to realize, okay, we have to help Fu, who at times, because she's not going to be able to fight back against some of these guys. She actually does win a few battles here and there, but when it comes to actually, deleting people, it's mainly Jean and Mugen who do it.
Got you. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
everybody in the chat is telling me I need to watch this. All right. Well, I plan on watching it. Hopefully we'll be able to watch it prior to it dropping on Netflix. But it makes you start to wonder the future of these animated, or these adaptations. It's going to really come down to how close is the creator to the project. Is the creator locked in? Is he right there, side by side with the producers and the showrunners telling them what to do? Because if you don't have this guy in the room with you while you're doing it, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I have a feeling it's going to be just like it was with Cowboy Bebop. I thought Cowboy Bebop was hot bullshit. I couldn't stand it. I don't even know if I finished it. I doubt I finished it because I can't even remember finishing it. So yeah, I want to be able to say, hey, if you're going to do these anime adaptations, please do them right. Give the people what we want, and we'll show up again. I think One Piece is good, and I think they may have learned their lessons. So we'll have to see. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting, change of events. It's like, all right, now we're moving on, and we're gonna bring the original creator in, and he's gonna be involved. So I like it. All right, I'm happy to see that. That's a good thing. What may or may not be a good thing, depending on where you are. Did you guys have any other comments?
I'm not a Watanabe fan.
No?
No,
Oh, okay.
Bebop was the one I watched, and I've only watched it once, and I won't watch it again. There's just something about the way he does things that I just can't handle. I tried to watch that latest one that he did, and it was dog shit.
Lazarus, I did not.
Yeah.
I did not like Lazarus. Yeah, I got through it. It was a long watch, but I got through it. I did not like Lazarus. Yeah, a lot of his later stuff is more on that woke side. I'm good, man. We don't need that. We don't need that. And something else we don't need. And I told everybody we would talk about this. We got this story right here. HiAnime goes dark. The anime piracy site responds to shut down rumors. So apparently, another pirate site bit the dust. At least that was what everybody thought, allegedly, that another pirate site bit the dust. HiAnime, all right. And they dropped a goodbye message suggesting that the anime piracy site may be gone for good, but a statement posted to its Discord claims the shutdown might only be temporary, all right? So let me kind of zoom in on this, and we're going to read through this article. The anime world was rocked today when it was discovered early in the morning that HiAnime, one of the world's biggest anime piracy sites, went dark. When visiting the website today, users were met with a message suggesting the site had been shut down for good. It's time to say goodbye, the message reads, and thank you for a wonderful journey with great moments. And it's like, okay, how else am I supposed to read this, right? That sounds like, oh, yeah, the site's gone. It's time to say goodbye. Kidding. Like, what the hell? But later on, they came back. HiAnime, however, according to a message posted on HiAnime's official Discord, the streaming site is only temporarily down. The Discord post reads, greeting everyone. There appears to be an issue with the website at this time. Kindly refrain from panicking or disseminating unofficial or unverified information. We will provide updates regarding the situation in due course. Rest assured, we are not going anywhere. Okay, well, what the hell was this then? All right. Explain this post if you're saying that, oh yeah, you know, it's everything's a-okay, we're not going anywhere. That's, to me, that was wild. I was like, okay, because this thing went absolutely nuts, viral. Everybody's talking about it. Name was even like, DA, don't put the story out there. And I'm like, nah, we're gonna talk about it from this standpoint. Because look, I have a feeling that pirate sites are not long for this world. I just have that feeling, man. I think Japan, we talked about this a couple of weeks back. They lost $38 billion, billion with a B, dollars on piracy, you know, in 2025 alone. $38 billion. Japan's going to crack down. They're going to continue to do that. So manga, anime, piracy sites, I don't think they're long for the world. Yeah, Tony, they must have got they site hacked. That's the only other way I can understand it. If they're saying this and then this, you know, it's like, okay, maybe, you know, maybe that's what's happening. But yeah, I don't think, you know, piracy sites are going to be around for much longer. I give it at least another 5 years, and you're going to see site after site, you know, start to get taken down. But yeah, it says here, the conflicting messages have only caused more confusion among fans who routinely use HiAnime to illegally stream anime. Many believe that pressure from anti-piracy groups and world governments is the main reason behind the website shutting down, but nothing has been confirmed. As anime has become more popular worldwide and more lucrative for studios and streaming services, we've been seeing a larger coordinated global crackdown on piracy. Major studios and streaming platforms include Netflix, Amazon, Disney, and Sony, which owns Crunchyroll, have formed stronger partnerships with enforcement groups like Alliance for Creativity and Entertainment. Rather than sending standard DMCA takedown notices, they now pressure hosting providers, seize domains, and even pursue legal action. I think at some point in time, the pirates are gone. All right. You know, the Captain Jack Sparrows, the Straw Hat Luffy's of the world, they're going to get chased down. They're going to get chased into a corner. All of these companies and countries, it seems like they want to shut them down. And I don't know, how do you guys feel about that? You think this is good, bad? Because we've discussed piracy with before. Name, I know you probably got a lot to say. Let's just go straight from the bottom up. All right, Stacy, your opinion.
I think, like, going off the conflicting messages, I'm sitting here thinking either HiAnime is trying to go, at the very least, like, shut down so they can go legitimate, or okay, they're probably like, okay, let's just, you know, die down for a bit, get some heat off us, let other people take the heat, and then we come back later. That's what I'm getting from the conflicting messages. But as far as like the cracking down on piracy, it's like sooner or later, you take down one, two more are going to pop up sooner or later. It all depends on like the timing and stuff.
Okay. Got you. Brandon, what do you think?
It's basically the same question and problem that Steam solved. It's really a question of quality and how things are done. Crunchyroll sucks complete and total donkey ass.
I mean,
translators suck.
Yeah.
All of everything that is wrong with anime is present in Crunchyroll. Not quite as bad with HiDive, but still there. It is a general problem. And if you have people that are better at translating, that's willing to put out, their translation pack or their little file that goes with it to make it a better overall everything, then why wouldn't I watch that instead of the crappy translation? Now, that could potentially be solved from the studios themselves or from the Japanese manga and anime houses if they do take all of their translation in-house with the base, doing a base AI translation, then having it cleaned up by somebody who is fluent in Japanese and English, but that understands that to make it work right, they got to stick closer to the Japanese wording, as opposed to changing Merry Christmas to Happy Holidays, or taking something where it's like, well, why are you wearing that dress? Oh, I didn't feel too good in it, and changing it to, I'm fighting the patriarchy, fuckers.
Right.
No,
right.
That's the shit that's the stuff that needs to go away. As soon as that crap goes away and it's actually a good product, then more legitimate types of streaming sites will be okay. I don't mind paying for something if it's quality, but I refuse to pay for ass unless it's fine ass, which there's just not any fine ass right now when it goes to anime streaming sites. The fine ass is the pirate sites. That's just the way it is. Just remember, haggis in the right hands can be fine ass.
I mean, he's not wrong.
No, he's not. Absolutely not. He's not wrong at all. All right, Name. I know you are you got your straw hat somewhere in the background that you wear on a daily basis when it comes to this topic. Name, what's your thoughts on? Did you use HiAnime, or do you use HiAnime at all?
Look, before I get into that, I gotta clear up that slander that DA hit me with earlier. He said that I didn't want you guys to put this story. That is not true. I told him that you should check your sources first. So DA was actively slandering me. Oh, it's okay. We throw a bit of shit at each other at this panel, but
yeah.
but that's crazy. I made sure when I saw that, I thought it was just like, people were just doing a big prank, and then I actually checked the site, and I did see the same message that was mentioned in the article, and then I started doing some digging, and then I heard Tony was saying in the chat it might have been a hack, and that's what a lot of people were saying. Again, I'm not in the Discord server, so I don't know what the official information is coming in, and there's so many different anime news accounts that I just get recommended, and it's hard to tell who has good sources and who's just parroting information from one another, because I've seen some of these accounts, they just will repost word for word each other's posts, so it's hard to tell where it starts. And if someone just starts a rumor, it can just get spread like wildfire, especially with how big anime is. So that's why
they want to be the first one to report it. So this guy right here, Rip HiAnime, anyone got all other alternatives, and then they post up the message that everybody saw, but then HiAnime comes back, and then, you got to, change it up a little bit or whatever. But anyway, what do you think? Is what Stacy's saying, is HiAnime just going to try to go legit?
I could see that because they already have a lot of good features. Like Brandon was talking about, Crunchyroll has problems. Localization aside, I've heard a lot of people have problems with the Crunchyroll interface, and a lot of these pirate sites have better interfaces and communities, because
it's a good little looking interface right
their
here.
Shit works.
Yeah, exactly. And you actually have a community to engage with, because I see in the comment section people are just talking, and I'm pretty sure there's less restriction because Crunchyroll's an official company, so they gotta censor some stuff. And although they might censor some crazy comments, I'm pretty sure they let more stuff fly than Crunchyroll. But you guys brought up a topic that we're gonna get into later, the localization issues, and I was thinking about that earlier, especially because we have Crunchyroll Anime Nights coming up. I've just been seeing a lot of this, and it's not a recent issue. It's been an ongoing issue. I'm starting to think about, where does my money go if I buy a subscription service, or if I buy Crunchyroll products? How much of that is funding how much of that is enabling the operations? And you know,
how many
you
going
think,
into
like,
the pockets of a localizer that's
Exactly.
not localizing correctly? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no,
yeah,
I hear
and
you.
it's a very difficult situation because Crunchyroll's the big dog. It's nearly impossible to say you're going to step away from Crunchyroll and then expect to be watching the same anime, because they have their pockets in a lot of things. So
Sony.
but it yeah, but it's also I remember I saw this like little post. It was like completely unrelated, so I didn't send it to the chat. But it was like a joke post. Like someone said, they tried jaywalking in Japan, and like an old man like stops them and speaks to them in full English. Says that the downfall of society begins with an individual.
Potatoes acting up.
All right. Is it still bad, or is it good now?
What happened?
It's good.
Stacey said my shit was acting up, so.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, you on that potato still, man. That's the
yeah,
problem.
I still am, bro.
I mean, I think that everybody wants a good anime service that works, that's not, that doesn't try to, tangle up all of the translations to something that, it's like, hey, man, can you just translate appropriately and not give us this bullshit? Like, that's what folks want. And Crunchyroll is the kingpin because they're the one dedicated anime service by Sony that's, located in Japan. You would think they would be trying to get things right. But Crunchyroll, they continue to do this silly shit. I thought this was interesting as well. Right now, Crunchyroll is actually going through layoffs. Okay, layoffs. What? I thought everything was good. I thought anime was growing. Well, it could actually, right. It could be because of the growth of Crunchyroll and anime that they actually might need to fire or lay off some folks out here in the West because they need to spread globally. Now, right here, it says here, they're eliminating roles in HR. All right, HR can always go, in my opinion.
Yeah, they can go suck a fatty.
That's the first ones to go. Needs to be HR, product and e-commerce. All right, so e-commerce is like the Crunchyroll store, right? What little anime figurines are you buying?
Oh.
So something within that isn't working.
Yeah.
Well, can I speak on the commerce stuff? So they wasn't covered, but I sent a few posts like a few weeks back, a few months back at this point, where they had acquired and like a site that used to sell like anime goods for
that's been a few years now. Right Stuff Anime.
Yeah, and then the quality of that site has been like slowly been downsizing, and like as Crunchyroll like slowly like starts to absorb it, like pretty much that thing is just it's trash now. And that's one of the parts of where where a big company buys a small company and then they start like downsizing. They start what's the word? They start cutting off like unnecessary fat because they have their own like e-commerce company. They have their own employees, so they just like, why do we have like extra ones? We can just like cut off the extra. But yeah, like Brandon said, like this is a crazy monopoly, and it's not as big as the Disney Fox one or the Netflix. Not Netflix. Sorry, the Paramount Warner Brothers one. But
still bad enough.
I anticipate as anime continues to grow, this might start to be in the crosshairs of the antitrust people, and hopefully, I got some problems with those people too because we got some idiots in government. But I think this is one of the companies that needs to be taken a look at because they're doing some stuff in there.
There's not a lot of competition out there if you're just talking about a solo, like anime site. Like obviously Netflix, they're getting a lot of anime. They just made a deal with Mappa, and then you got HiDive, which I think HiDive's okay, but it's nowhere near Crunchyroll in my opinion. It's nowhere on that same level. But I think both of those series or both of those, if Crunchyroll got its act together when it came to the localization and the subs and all of the subtitles and the dubs. I don't even listen to dubs because most of the acting is terrible. But then you get shit like this, man. Packer Girl, you guys follow Packer Girl on X. She's always on top of this, man. If you follow her, you're going to find out what the hell is going on when it comes to the localizers. So she posted this up. Breaking. Crunchyroll localizers insert chud into you and I are polar opposites anime English dub. So here's what the actual like subtitles would have read. It pains me, but I can't help overhearing. That's it. That's the statement. But the dub says, and now I'm eavesdropping on them like a total chud. Like, that's not what this dude is saying at all. What in the hell are y'all doing?
That's all, DA. That's also straight up character assassination because the dude is just like, sometimes you can't help it. You're in a classroom, everyone's talking, and like you chance upon a conversation. Like, I don't want to listen to it, but I can't just magically turn my ears off. But like, they're making him seem like as if he's a bad guy for having an ability.
They're changing the character, right? They're changing. Oh, I'm a total chud. Like, wait, what? And then this guy just says, "I'm just so like whatever this, wherever this." I'm not sure because I haven't watched You and I Are Polar Opposites except for that first, whatever we saw at Anime Nights. But now he's saying, "I'm such a chud." And it's like, okay, obviously we know the type of idiots that are doing the dubs of this and the translations of this over there at Crunchyroll, man. They clearly have a problem, and they're trying to make this guy out to be some sort of a bad guy or whatever. I don't know if he's a bad guy or not, but this is absolutely retarded, and I'm tired of it. All right? I'm sick and tired of, Crunchyroll or whoever's doing the localization playing fast and loose. Just translate it directly as it should be in the original Japanese. I'm sick of this shit, but they keep doing it, man. And this is the reason that, a lot of people are just like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just go with AI.
That's why I keep telling DA and the, everyone in here who's watching to hop on the Japanese grind cause, because it, in an ideal world, we wouldn't have these problems with all these like localizers fucking up the shows. We could just like pay for Crunchyroll, get all our anime in one place and just have a good time, but that's not the world we live in. And starting, the Japanese journey, it is difficult and it takes time. Sometimes it takes money if you want to take classes, and it takes a lot of effort because it's one of the most difficult languages in the world. But it's been so liberating for me watching anime now. The more I learn, because now I don't have to be at the whim of some like idiot like localizer. I'm not just trusting their words. I also can trust my own intuition. Like, I'll see something on the screen and then it'll be like, hold on, that's not what I know. That's not what my teacher taught me. And that gets me thinking because I can see and then like I'll be able to understand the meaning even though they're trying to gaslight me, like you see in here. Right. Like if you're and I understand like there are people who only watch the dub, and that's also like, for better or for worse, that's a problem. Or that's just something that they're all of the Crunchyroll's anime base are dub watchers, and it sucks for these people because they're putting their trust in the localizer to deliver the author's true intent, and they're just fucking around like this. And some of them like they're for it, and those guys can. I don't have any nice words for them either, but. Just for like, the average anime fan who you see all this like culture war shit in the West, and then you escape to the East because like all they're about is entertainment. There's less of the politics there because for one, we don't understand it, and two, like it's less prevalent. Now they're gonna have like they don't want to be part of a culture war, so they're ignorant to it, or they don't want to have to think about it. And I feel for those people because it's like. You leave one battleground and you enter another one. But I think at this point,
you're trying to escape away from woke Hollywood, and you get over here and it's, oh man, now I got some anime that I can watch. This is great. And now their localizers are absolutely destroying it, man, because it's like, yo, I just want to be able to watch the show. And now I'm getting this type of stuff. All right. Packer Girl again. Localizers insert male fragility in 2 anime English dubs this week, where it wasn't there. All right. Hamakimi. All right. Male fragility. You and I are polar opposites. Fragility. So here's what the original said in this Hanakimi. Of course, there are things a tough girl like you wouldn't understand. That's all it said. There are things a tough girl like you wouldn't understand. And they threw in, you are a tough girl and therefore too strong to fully understand male fragility. And it's like, what the fuck is this? How do you translate what this dude actually said into that? Where's the fragility? Where did that come from? And then down here, male pride is such a pain. The dub says fragile masculinity at it again.
We just need to get Mama Kimi on this one, have her take care of this, because she's already said that this is not what she's standing for. She's basically said that we're gonna fight this, and that's what needs to happen.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
This shit's annoying.
This is absolutely ridiculous, man. So yeah, to that point, all right. Here's the next step. AI manga translation company Mantra has now partnered with Shueisha, Kadokawa, Shogakukan, and Square Enix. It translates tens of thousands of manga pages per month using ChatGPT. After human editors revise the output, Mantra is also involved in Vietnamese One Piece. So they're saying, hey, let's let the AI translate the manga. And pretty soon it's going to be the exact same thing with anime. I'm pretty sure Mantra and all of these other companies are trying to figure that piece out, and especially Kadokawa, because they're a major anime studio. I'm pretty sure all of these cats are trying to figure it out. Hey, what's the next move? All right, let's just start working with this company to translate all of our, look, they're already translating manga using ChatGPT. And then they just have a human editor kind of go through, scrub it out, make sure, okay, that looks right. Okay. All right, cool. Send that page on. And there it is. And now all of these localizers, I guarantee you these localizers are going to be whining and they're going to be crying and they're going to be bitching and they're going to be moaning. And I'm going to say, you did it to yourself. All you had to do was just translate exactly what the Japanese was. And everybody would have just kept you at, all right, cool. They doing a good job. Same thing with the voice actors. Just translate. I mean, the voice actors are just reading scripts, but I'm pretty sure that the voice actors probably got some sort of a say in it as well. Say, hey, man, if I was a voice actor, I would be trying to learn Japanese. If I was a voice actor for anime, I would be trying to learn Japanese so I know exactly what they're saying.
I'm lazy.
And
I'm
I got a story about I got a story about this, and not all voice actors are complicit in this, but I remember one of the voice actors in the Dan Da Dan dub, he deliberately advocated for a changing of a line, and we can argue whether it's right or not, but because the joke in Japanese was had something to do with the balls, he turned it into a D's nuts joke. He proposed that they turned it into a D's nuts
D's
joke.
nuts.
And whether we agree with, yeah, exactly. But so it's even though these voice actors are reading the scripts, some of them they have their own opinions on this too. Some of them are enabling this stuff. And I was watching one of your old videos, DA, about Gail Simone and how you talked about all these comic writers who aren't even fans at all. And I don't know about Gail Simone. I think she has some knowledge, but you were talking about in general these MCU writers. They come on a product, they destroy it, and then they don't learn anything from it. They move on to the next product because they don't really care about this. Yep. They care about their careers. And even I think although they're gonna fight against it for as long as they can, I think eventually some of these localizers are going to take the positions of those manga editors who get the translation from the AI, and then they make little adjustments to it. I think that's where they're gonna go. They're gonna fight it to a point, and then they're just gonna accept that they have to adapt. And I'm wondering how we navigate that once they become the arbiters of who edits the AI.
Well, I think the main problem here is that some of these voice actors are led by that one guy who used to work at Marvel, who said, "Hey, if a fan comes to us trying to work for Marvel with the MCU, that's a big red flag." And I'm wondering if that's what's going on in some of these. Yeah, I'm wondering if that's going on in some of these localizers.
Probably. Yeah, probably. So look. AI is here. All right, localizers, they better figure it out fast, man, because the AI is here. And if the AI takes your job, you're not going to get one teardrop out of my eye. I'm going to laugh, as a matter of fact, and I'm going to celebrate it. And I'm going to say, yes, more AI. Look, like I said, I'm trying to learn Japanese. All right. I'm working my ass off trying to learn it. It's a very difficult language, like Name just said. I think that's where a lot of us are going to have to ultimately go with. It's okay, if you really care about anime, then you might actually have to figure it out, at least so you can understand enough of it, even with the subtitles. Because there's times when I'm watching it and I'm watching the subtitle and I'm like, he didn't say that. There are times now, even with my very limited Japanese, because I just do like the immersion listening, where I just listen, and then I start picking up on words, and then I read through, and I got a little pack of index cards. I'm trying different things, but I'm picking up on things. I'm like, somebody says like a word, I'm like, wait a minute, that ain't the word he just said. He said something completely different. And I saw that with Last Samurai Standing. I'm picking up on it. And I think that's what we're all going to have to do as anime fans if we really want to understand exactly what's going on. Otherwise, we are at the whim and the mercy of these fucking localizers that only want to do what they want to do. They want to, change the ideology. They want to push, oh, this guy just said chud, or he just said male fragility. And it's like, that ain't what he said at all. All right. Fragile masculinity. Like, what in the fuck are you talking about? So I think honestly, that's the next step for a lot of folks, and it might be a difficult one to learn, but I feel like that's what we got to do if we really want to enjoy. Yeah.
Speaking of
speaking
of dubs that are special, I've got one for you. I've got one. It's good.
Here we go.
It's good.
All right, let's see. We
What
got
is it?
this.
It's a new flag. Yeah, but what's it supposed to be of? It's a horse doing Zumba, but note the eyes. His confusion from his poor coordination is compounded by his inability to express his emotions. Why does it have an erection? God. For glory, Zoro, for glory!
For glory. You make the flag for glory.
I don't know what kind of glory he was going for, but okay.
He was going for glory. All right. All right.
For
look,
glory.
Let me hit these super chats. We got more topics we got to discuss. Yeah. Jenna Ortega, Marshall J, 4 to 5. He says, I've been watching Shibuya Yuji, great anime, girls, death game series, and Nier Automata. I think Derek missing out. Great anime series, in my opinion. I'm always missing out on great shit, man. I got a laundry list of stuff that you guys have recommended over here, and one of these days I'm gonna start chopping into it. But there's so much good stuff that's current, man. We were the latest episode of Free Ren that was out today. Oh man, it's so good, man. This is such a dude. And then what you call it? Sentenced to Be a Hero. That episode was fire. What else did I watch? Angel. Jack of All Trades. Jack of All Trades has it goes up and down. It had a really good fire middle episode, and this is kind of like slowing down, but it's still a good series. There's so much good anime to watch out there. Vigilantes, obviously, completely caught up with that. Yes, name. I'm watching Vigilantes. So I mean, there's so much good shit. It's hard to like keep up, man. You can literally, and we're gonna get to the spring stuff that's gonna be coming up. Spring's got a stacked schedule as well. But yeah, Marshall J, you're not wrong, bro. I got a lot of shit. Do you guys know anything about these series that he's talking about?
I know a little bit about Nier Automata, since there was actually a video game that came out with the same theme and characters. That is actually a really good anime in terms of like android characters. I kind of got like a light Ghost in the Shell vibe from that, but I think it's actually pretty good.
Nier Automata is pretty good. It's on one of my watch lists, and I've seen a few episodes of it. It came out during the coup, and it got delayed, and the second half of the season got delayed, and out of sight, out of mind type thing. Yeah. And the other one is from this season. It's basically a Squid Game type thing. I tried watching it, but that type of stuff's just not my thing.
Yeah.
So
I hear you. Cool. Yeah. Thank you very much, Marshall J. We got a gifted membership. That's the fourth one on the night. All right. Can we get one more for a solid 5? Thank you, Ruby Hoove. Much love to Ruby Hoove for gifting one Derek the DA membership. And she comes back and says, hope y'all are having a good time. Always having a great time with the fellas talking anime. This is dope. This is one of my favorite things to do all week long. And thank you very much for contributing that to the good time, Ruby. We appreciate it. And then we finally got one more coming from Marshall J. I got Crunchyroll and HiDive, but to me, HiDive sucks any other anime service you recommend. I need help. I got the same two you got. I got Crunchyroll and HiDive and Netflix, because Netflix has a ton of anime as well. That's how we watch in Sakamoto days. Outside of piracy, I think those are the only two. Any others?
DA, you just got your wish.
What's that?
Ruby Hoove.
Oh, look at Ruby Hoove coming through. All right. Yay. That'll be 5 even for the night. Shout out Ruby Hoove. Thank you very much. Ruby Hoove has her own emoji. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. I'm going to go ahead and drop it, man, because Ruby is always helping out. So if you are a new member, if you got one of these 2 memberships or one of the 5 memberships that were given out tonight, Ruby Hoove has her own emoji, and you can bless the chat with that information and thank her as I just did. I appreciate you, Ruby. Much love to you. And yeah, but let's go back to the previous. Help out Marshall J. What are the other services that you can recommend other than Crunchyroll and HiDive and Netflix?
That's about it for me.
About it.
I mean, once
Tubi.
HiAnime comes back, you should hop on.
Oh,
they got a good interface.
Yeah, Pluto and Tubi,
right.
definitely.
Yeah, Pluto and Tubi. There is
Tubi has
Retro
some great
Crush.
anime. Okay.
Yeah, Tubi be having some good
Yeah.
retro stuff on there. Silverhawks.
Retro-
I was watching that the other day.
Oh, really?
Retro
Yeah,
Crush
Silverhawks?
has some
They got
classics,
Silverhawks
but
on
it's
there,
limited.
man. They got the old school G.I. Joes. They got like any of the old school 80s like
yeah,
cartoons that you could
now
think
that-
of. That even the ones that had maybe one season of it, they're on there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
that
you got to
is
go in
dope.
there and just check it out.
Pluto.
Yeah.
Pluto actually has
Pluto
a
sucks.
actually has a anime channel, and it's actually ran like TV. So you'd have to basically look at the guide, but you can almost find like a good number of anime on there on Pluto.
I don't want to jump ahead, but what's it called? Disney. They're bringing up Disney Plus and Hulu in the chat. I think what's that called? Rooster Fighter drops today. So if that's something that you guys are looking forward to,
Does that drop today?
The Cockfighter dropped.
I got the notification on my.
That's right. It's on Hulu, right?
Damn
Yeah.
it,
I'm
Brandon!
gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch that after this.
Oh
It's
man, I
already
want to
like
see
almost
that
2
Rooster
for me. I'm
Fighter,
gonna watch
man.
that.
That
I know
looks
that
dope.
came out.
Bruh, you should put T on the anime. He's gonna say it's paused because he's gonna see a rooster. And he's gonna call it
But it's on
cockfighter.
Adult Swim though, right?
Oh, it is Cockfighter, and it's hilarious.
It's on Adult Swim. It's on HBO as well. It's probably on HBO Max too.
It'll be fun.
I can see a T-Rat coming from Rooster Fighter. Oh wow!
Let me see if that just dropped already.
No,
All right.
there are other places to get your anime. You just need to use the proper search terms.
Yeah.
That's
There you
what I'll say.
Well, just to finish off this top before we get to the final few topics, because we got a few more things that we're going to discuss. But let's say thank you to the 2 gifted memberships that came from Ruby Hoove and the super chats from Ruby and Jenna Ortega, or excuse me, Marshall J. All right. First off, to the super chatters, we appreciate you guys. All right. And then we also have the 2 memberships that came from Ruby Hoove, bringing our total for the night to 5. I appreciate you, Ruby, as always. And thank you for that. Here you go. All right, guys, we got to say goodnight to Brandon. All right, who needs his beauty sleep, obviously.
Yeah, I got to get some sleep.
Brandon, Anime 101 tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 a.m. for you West Coast people. I've got my friend Pablo from Ecuador popping on. And, of course, since he's from South America, he knows the Dragon Ball very well. And we're going to talk all sorts of stuff. It's been a while since it's been on. It'll be a lot of fun. I've got all sorts of memes and things that I've saved up from the week. And, of course, all the craziness that floats around the One Piece. And remember, the One Piece is real. And how do we know? because Ichiro Oda put it in a bottle and sunk it into the bottom of the ocean, and people have been following it.
Yeah, man. We talked about that last week. If you guys didn't catch that, we talked about him sinking the One Piece down to the bottom of the ocean out there in Japan.
Yep.
Get over there and subscribe to Brandon, the anime guy. Oh, thank you very much, Dragon Master. I just posted it up, but you beat me to it. And get him on X as well. He's a great follow. He's a great channel. Brandon,
thank you
once again. We appreciate you. Thank you, sir, for your time and all of the things you bring.
Absolutely. And just remember, if you are going to fight with your cock, you might as well be a real cockfighter. Battling the monsters that are the rejects from Attack on Titan. And with that, everybody, I am out. Have a good night.
All right, brother. Have a good one. See you next time.
See you.
Have a good night, Brandon.
Oh man, Brandon is great, man. All right, look, we were just talking about, like, I want to talk about how anime is just going insane from a global perspective. We're starting to see anime just kind of build and build and build, and now it's just popping up everywhere, all over the world. You got this one on here. This is IGN that posted it up. IGN can exclusively reveal that Universal Fan Fest nights at Universal Studios will see the debut of Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, the Miracle Moon Palace Chapter Deluxe, in an all-original Japanese CG anime short film. All right. This is going to be at Universal Fan Fest nights. You're going to get a CGI, or excuse me, not CGI. Well, yeah, I guess it's Japanese CG anime short film of Sailor Moon. All right. That's one spot. All right. In another country. All right. Japanese anime production studio or company opened its first ever shop in the world in Shanghai, China. The shop that opened in Shanghai is the world's first merchandise store run by a major Japanese anime studio, MAPPA. More than 300 people lined up before the store even opened. All right. And they got the little video here. Let's go ahead and check that out real quick. Well, disappeared on me. Now, this is in Chinese, so, but essentially what, and I'm not going to even like listen to the audio since y'all ain't going to be able to understand it. But
you got to translate that as for his.
No, I'm not translating it, man. Sorry. But this is how the store was when it opened. All right. 300 people were waiting outside the MAPPA store when it opened in China. And, you know, again, this is just another sign of how big anime is. Okay. And studios are going to start opening up their own stores. This is smart, in my opinion. All right. This is extraordinarily smart. Just open up open up your own stores. You ain't got to go through no third parties or whatever. They're putting one in China. I'm pretty sure one's going to be out here in America pretty soon. I know we had like a couple of pop-up stores for the Shonen Jump store. We had a Shonen Jump store, had a pop-up recently out here in my neck of the woods, and it was flooded every day. There was like hundreds of people inside the store, you know, and it was just like
I didn't send it to you because I didn't realize it until like a few hours before the stream. But my friend sent me on Instagram. There was like a Dragon Ball pop-up in Arcadia, which is like around me, and it was packed to the brim. Like they said lineup was gonna start at 6, but everyone was already there by like before 4 a.m. and that was crazy. It was just all Dragon Ball fans. Like the videos on Instagram, I don't know if I can send it to you, but if you look it up on Twitter, I'm pretty sure you'll find something. But yeah, these companies are starting to like, it was in Arcadia, but yeah, these companies are starting to like understand the global impact of their works. Like, I know Gundam is like still not as big as it is here in Japan, but they recently opened up their first Gundam shop, or was it? They're Gundam, one of the Gundam bases in Chicago, and I thought that was a very interesting choice. Why they chose Chicago over something like LA or New York, I don't know, but you know, it's like you said, these companies are starting to take notice of their global impact, and even if they don't have any like global power, they are trying to like create some global power by bringing more things internationally. So I like that. You know, I want to try to engage with the product and the franchises as much as possible. Take out the middlemen, and we could take out the localizers too. That'd be nice, but you know, baby steps.
But you're not wrong. I agree, man. This is kind of what I want to see. Yeah, this is. I guess this is. They got a tour. Okay, so look at this. This is I guess an Instagram video, right here. A Dragon Ball tour pop-up. Look at that crowd. Yo.
That's crazy.
They just got a little pop-up store and they got it popping. All right. They got it popping at the pop-up stores, man. This is absolutely crazy, man. Just one little pop-up and you got a giant crowd of people. It's a tour apparently going all over the United States. Where is it at? So you said this is probably it. Yeah, at the shops at Santa Anita. So that's where it was, in Santa Anita in Arcadia. Yeah, that's out there where my brother lived too, man. My brother lived near there. I should have him go spin by and see if he could pick me up something. But I mean, this is where we're at right now. You know, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, dude. I think everything at that pop-up is just pretty much gone now, because I heard like people were mad because it was getting scalped on like eBay. So that's another thing. But that's another downside of the rise of anime. Like, people who aren't fans are gonna start coming in. They notice the boom. They notice the popularity. They notice the demand, and they're gonna just come in for financial reasons, even if they have like no stake in anime. So it's unfortunate, because I saw some people like. They were even like, I saw some like crazy guy even like trying to sell the wristband from the event for like 300. I'm like, bro, are you crazy? Like, why would I want like a greasy ass wristband, bro? Come on. Like,
there's actually a shop near me that's does sell anime products and memorabilia. And here's the thing: for every time I go in there every weekend, they're basically packed. So if they actually do open up a complete anime store out here in Columbus, game over. They will never close.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they just need to make more interactive stores, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like the store, like, remember that little shop that I went to in regards to the Dragon Ball Z, ramen noodle shop? Like, they had good food there. Yeah. The atmosphere was good. Like, you have to make more things like that where you could be able to bring adults that could get entertained and be able to learn a little bit about it. The mothers, the fathers that don't know about anime, and they could be able to start relating more with their children, because a lot of these parents don't even know that their kids love anime. Like, their attitudes right now is, why don't you love Disney? Why don't you love, The Simpsons? Why don't you love these things? Nah, these kids love anime. Like, I was just, hitting up one of my homegirls. She didn't even know her son loved anime. Like, I was telling her, yeah, I'm about to be on an anime, live stream. She was like, oh, for real? Like, she was like, I don't even watch it. I don't like it that much. I was like, hey, I could suggest some stuff to you that you'll really like. She was like, I don't know. She asked her son. Her son was just going wild. Like, yeah, I love it. Like, these parents don't know. They're like Nate Perlmutter. Like, they do not know how to relate with the youth in that way right now. They're still kind of stuck in their own ways and thinking, hey, this is what it is. This is what I know. It's fun. So you need to realize this is fun. And the kids are telling them, no, this is not fun. This is what's fun. And it's just two heads bumping. They do not want to really, coexist with each other in that way. So it's kind of hard, but some parents are starting to realize it.
You're not wrong on that, Angel, because I actually saw this last weekend. There was actually a mother who took her two sons into the anime store in my city, and they were both trying on like Naruto stuff, and then one of them actually picked up a Naruto bowl, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and buy this," and his mother was like, "What's the whole connection to the bowl?" And he explained it to her, and she was like, "I'm gonna have to watch the show now," and I wouldn't be surprised if she's like, 100 episodes into Naruto. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think this is
for real. Come on, man. Yeah.
No, but Angel, you bring up a good point, because like, I think one of the strong things about anime, especially recently, but I would say in a lot of the Japanese entertainment that we like and we cover, is that although the children are the target demographic, they're written in such a way that any people of all ages can enjoy them. Whereas in the West, they have this mentality, and it used to be better in the past, because we used to have some like great cartoons like Teen Titans, Young Justice, but nowadays it feels like all this stuff is like, cartoons is strictly like a kid's medium. Like, you see the disrespect they throw at it at the Oscars. You see like, and I think just like in general, the higher ups in the entertainment industry really look down on animation until it starts making the money, like Give Up Demon Hunters. But in Japan, that's a whole art form. It's a whole like separate thing that they respect. And I I don't want to keep bringing it up, but tokusatsu, you know, that thing is like it's aimed towards children, but they write it.
No,
in such
you
a
want to
way.
keep bringing it up. You love it, man. You
No,
talk about it every day,
but
bro.
it's I'm trying to
You
use it
wanna
for an
bring it up
example
all the
because
time.
He's gonna
because
bring it
they
up
know that-
almost as much as vigilantes.
because they know that the children are going to be watching this. They want to write it in a way that the parents can sit down and say, okay, I can, you know, tolerate what my kid's watching, so that I'm more incentivized to like support, like, you know, okay, you know, you want this store, I'll buy it, because like the show that I'm watching with you is like actually teaching you something good, and I may find some enjoyment out of it too. So I think that's one regard that Japan does so well, that you know, you see these conventions, like these families like bonding over anime. Like DA's talked about him and his sons, and it's just and it's like, you know, nephews bonding over anime. That's like that generational gap that is really hard to find in Hollywood nowadays. Like you could say like the MCU and like DC were doing it, but it's getting really hard to do that now with the quality that they're putting out. It's like I'm asking my cousins like, hey yo, you guys want to watch the latest like Superman movie? Like, bro, I don't care about Superman. Like, let me go watch Demon Slayer instead. I'm like, okay, like sure.
But the thing
this
is with
footage
Hollywood,
of me. Real quick, I'm just letting the folks know. This is just footage of me. This is when I was in Japan. This is at the Shonen Jump store in some mall in Osaka, Jump Shop. And we were just I'm just walking around showing y'all just the store. It's just we were talking about merchandise, and you know, this is what I want to see in America. You know, a store fully dedicated to anime like this. You got a chain. They're all over the country, and people are just kind of checking them out. You know, whatever. But anyway, I'm sorry, Angel. Go ahead, bro.
no, I was just gonna say, you know, in regards to what Name was talking about, is Hollywood always just focus on a target demographic. That's really what it is. They always want to focus on a certain age group, a certain type of a story. When it comes to anime, the target demographic is just the story. It's just the category and how they're going to tell the story. That's it. You don't really have to nitpick in regards to, we have to have a black character. It has to be a girl. She has to be queer in some way. She has to make sure that her friends are queer in some way. Like they're always trying to flip it in those things instead of just focusing on the story first. And if it happens organically, let it happen organically. You know what I'm saying? That somebody comes in that way, but they want to force it into that way. And it's sad. And that's why Hollywood is going the way that they are. They do not want to listen to kids. They don't want to listen to anybody except what their thought process is about what people want to see.
No, you hit it right on the head, Angel. Oh, sorry, what were you gonna say? Oh, I just want to say it. You hit it right. You hit it right on the head. Like Hollywood, they tend to box like people into like the categories, like your race, your gender, your sexuality. I was talking to DA about this. Like, there's an event at my school, and like, you know, my teacher's trying to rub shoulders with people in the other departments because they're trying to get people to watch her play. And when she's introducing herself to like other people, the first thing she like drops is like her race. And even though like she has like accomplishments outside of that, like she always defaults to that. Like when she was introducing her husband, who's like an accomplished playwright, she drops his like race and nationality. I'm like, why don't you drop his work? Like I would be more interested in his work than like, you know, like something that you can't like control. And it's just like, it just shows, that was just like, you know, one little thing, but it just goes to show like, and these are like, you know, my teachers. So like at the university, and you know, they do some work outside, but it just shows you how like deep this stuff runs. Like all this stuff, like they really, really do believe it, for better or for worse. And you know, it reflects in the entertainment, which is why like we're going to Japan, because like they're able to write these characters without it. Like we've been sending like each other like the posts on Instagram, and we've talked about on this channel, like they're somehow doing Western culture better than we are. Like we had Night of the Seven Kingdoms, you know, that first season was good, and then I'm hearing like the second season they're doing a little bit, you know, they fucked it up already with some of the casting, but you know, you think about Frieren and like how well they're approaching that, and like that's just one in like the sea of like many different medieval or fantasy anime that they've done. And it's just really cool to see, like, and sad at the same time to see another culture, another country respects us better than we respect ourselves.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of I saw a video about this a few years ago. His name was Avery Brooks. He was at a convention, and one of the attendees actually asked him a question. And I think if Hollywood was to actually stop and think about this question, they might actually be able to course correct. But I'd say at the very least, Paramount, Skydance probably have a chance of doing this. Avery Brooks was asked, would you rather play the role of a captain or a black captain? And he said, honestly, I want the role of the captain. And when asked about it, he said, what am I supposed to do with the black captain? What can I do with that? But if you give me the role of the captain, now I have some meat on the bone. I can go anywhere with that. And that's what Hollywood used to do, and that's what they need to do again.
Agreed. Yeah, like the typecast and the pigeonholes you into like a certain slot. Like, okay, you're a black captain, so you must be like this, and then there it is. You know, you really can't grow outside of your identity. All right, you must always be chained to your identity. Your identity is who you are. Like Name is saying, man, people are leading with their identity, not with their credentials. All right, like I'm this accomplished person. I have all of these things that I've accomplished, but the first thing I'm gonna let you know about is, you know, who I like to sleep with, my skin color, the fact that I'm a woman, or whatever. And it's like, what about all of the other shit that you've done in your life? Why are you not leading with that? Because identity is the currency that these people, you know, can purchase on. You know, they purchase things with their identity. That's their currency. You know, so yeah, it's kind of destroyed entertainment. And hopefully anime can avoid that, you know, dangerous trap. 2 movies that avoided that this year, or last year, I should say. Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man. Again, sticking with how anime is just going insanely global. Okay. Masao Maruyama, MAPPA chairman and co-founder of Madhouse, on Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man movies going global. Seeing Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, and Chainsaw Man being well received made me feel like we'd finally come this far. Young people in America are watching these works after all. I'm very moved by the fact that Japanese anime culture has reached such a wide range. It's all over the world, man. It's all over the world. It's absolutely crushing everybody, you know, in terms of Gen Z, Gen Alpha. That's where they are. That's where they're going to for their entertainment. And you love to see it, man. So the question is, if anime continues to go global, how long before some of these other people try to come in and, you know, co-opt it? That's the danger. That's what we got to, you know, watch out for. So gatekeep if you can. Speaking of Chainsaw Man, maybe some bad news. I don't know. Y'all tell me. I haven't gotten this far in the manga as of yet, but apparently the manga is coming to an end this month. All right. Chainsaw Man manga part 2 ends on March 24. And I was like, wait, what? It's all over. It's already over. It seemed like it's just getting started. But, you know, some animes are really short. It's like, hey, man, this is it. It's just this one little contained story. And then that's it. It doesn't go on for seasons upon seasons. But it's like after the Reze arc, I'm like, bruh, I need more. All right. I want to see more Chainsaw Man. I'm hellified looking to season 2. But yeah, they're saying the new chapter Chainsaw Man manga has been released today, and on the manga platform Shonen Jump, chapter 231 is now available for readers. Fans can continue the story, blah, blah, blah. But then it says down here.
Do we need to throw up the spoiler tag or not?
I'm just moving past it. I don't think I
stayed
too long. For sure. According to the official announcement on the Chainsaw Man PR account, the next chapter will be the final one for part 2. The last chapter is scheduled to be released March 24. And that's it. Chainsaw Man is over. And I don't know, man. I was kind of, like I said, I was pretty shocked to hear that. And I don't know if you guys had any thoughts on it, but I mean, I think Chainsaw Man is one of the dopest animes that's out there right now. The Reze arc was just absolutely phenomenal. All right. The MAPPA founder, the same guy that we just talked about, after watching Chainsaw Man for the first time, the Reze arc for the first time. My thought was, I honestly don't think I can make something like this ever again. It's frustrating. He saw that movie and he says, this is peak. I can't get past how good this is. It's as good as it gets. I can't make this again. I could never make something like this again. But now it seems like it's coming to an end. That's kind of crazy, man. Anyway, y'all thoughts on, I mean, we've all watched the movie, you know, is this kind of bad news, good news? Are you happy? It's like, okay, man, they're not going to keep going on and on and on. You know, we're going to shorten this thing up. It's going to end, and then we'll have a couple of seasons of the anime, and then that'll be that.
I mean, isn't that what makes anime good, though? Like, the fact that these stories do not last for years in that way, like, I mean, for me to watch 1,000 episodes of One Piece or try to get into One Piece in that way, after a certain point, I'm just uninterested. At least this is leaving at a high note. You know, it's like that episode in Seinfeld where George Costanza always wanted to leave on that high note on a joke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like this is that point. Like, just thank you. I'm gone. Good night. Like,
yep.
You already
I did
know.
what I had.
You know
I did what I came to do.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
It kind of reminds me of like the ending of Outlaw Star, the 26th episode. You saw how it was peaking. You saw how like it hit the crescendo, and they was like, yeah, now that that's over with, we're gonna basically set the groundwork for a possible second story. But as far as you know, hey, that ship has sailed, and the adventures were great. I'm like, I can see that. And I can see it, and it works for it. Some stories, yes, you just need to do that. Others, I could see going a little bit longer. Not One Piece longer, but a little bit longer.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure, unless you guys do read the manga, I'm pretty sure a lot of us are anime only. I know several people that do read the manga. My friend, he's really, really big into it. So I don't know how it's going to end, but, you know, even though I don't read the manga, I keep up with it because, like, we have to be in the know with things. And the second arc, I feel, from what I've seen, maybe it's just my algorithm feeding me, it's been really up and down. Like, I've seen a lot of memes where it's the, have you guys heard that meme where it's like, we're so back, it's so over, we're so back? Like, that's the vibe that I heard I was getting from, like, this manga in the second half. And maybe, this is the same thing that happened with My Hero. The manga ending came out. Everyone was like shitting on, making fun of it. Oh, Deku's he's gonna work at McDonald's, put the fries in the bag, little bro, because he turned into a teacher instead of being the greatest hero of all time. And it wasn't until the anime came out that people were like, "Holy shit, this guy was getting slandered for no reason because of the scanlations, which is like the people like translating it before the official account does it. So like they'll get the Japanese raw and then they'll upload it to a pirate site. That's what a scanlation is. And those were like, people were basing that interpretation of Deku off of that, which is why he got such a bad reception. And then the anime redeemed him. So I'm wondering if this will be one of those cases again where the manga is like, it's not representative, or the fans of the manga aren't representative of like what the overall audience thinks, or if it will genuinely like be a train wreck, because I was seeing a lot of strong opinions on this matter, and I didn't know what was going on because, like I said, I don't read it, but these people were crashing me out because they're saying there's so many unresolved plot threads. Like, I saw them memeing on Fujimoto, the mangaka, because he made a little tweet about him watching Hoppers and how he enjoyed it, and then people were saying, bro literally lit the fan base on fire, and he's just like chilling watching Hoppers. Like, so I don't know how this situation is gonna unfold. Maybe it's gonna be like Hero, maybe it ain't. But I feel like we're a few years off from seeing the conclusion, because I think we still got a bit left in part one, and then like part two's pretty lengthy as well. So we'll see. We'll see how like long it takes Mappa to do this. If they're gonna take another few years, or if they're just gonna go full speed ahead, one season a year. Hopefully they maintain the quality. I don't know.
Cool. Yeah, I'm curious on, again, just how this thing is going to wrap up. I like to see. I'm just surprised it's wrapping up so fast. But if it's the end, it's the end. And we've seen anime and mangas come back. Hunter x Hunter is coming back. So it does happen. So it's like, hey, maybe he's out of ideas right now. But then, down the line, it's like, hey, I just came up with another arc that I want to sell. And
you think he's gonna? So maybe that's the case. You think he's gonna do the thing that the JJK manga did, Gege Akutami? So JJK ended, and then like he released, and this ended just recently too. He released like a little short sequel spinoff called JJK Modelo, which is set in a few years like in the future of the JJK, and it's kind of like a short, like I think it was like 30-something chapter sequel, and so I don't know, maybe that's gonna be the case, but also these like manga sequels kind of had a bad reputation because of like Boruto, so people are really hesitant on like how you're gonna take it, because sometimes you wrap up a story for better for worse, and then like it feels like the publishing company, or like the animation company wants to keep like making money off the merch and the name and the IP. So they like, okay, can you greenlight a sequel? Like, I know RDC did a video about this. It was really funny, you know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you've seen it, DA, but yeah, we just never know with these sequels, like whether they'll be good.
Yeah, I'm not interested in any. Look, I hate spinoffs and sequels, like stuff like that. Like, I think Vigilantes is like the one that kind of does work a little bit. And I know there's probably been some others, but I'm not really into it. Like, Boruto is just bad. I'm sorry, it's just bad, man. And I don't really care for it. But you know, look, there's always going to be a ton of anime to watch. You know, other things that we could jump into. That's you know, it's okay. Chainsaw Man came to an end. It's time to move on. You know, we just got through talking about some of the stuff that's out right now. Let's talk about what's coming up next. All right. Crunchyroll Anime Nights. All right. And we know how this works. We're going to get 4, you know, I guess maybe 1 or 2 episodes. It all depends on what they're doing. But this is dropping on Monday. Okay. This Monday, Crunchyroll Anime Nights is here. And these are the 4. Let me kind of zoom in back out of that so you guys can see it all. These are the 4 that they're going to show. Close this ad. They got Demons of the Shadow Realm, which we've already talked about. I'm looking forward to it. I think Demons in the Shadow Realm is going to be dope. Witch Hat Atelier, which I've also heard is dynamite, and it might be anime of the year. Some people are already saying that's going to be anime of the year. So I'm looking forward to that. We got ReZero season 4, which is coming up. I'm not all the way caught up with ReZero, but I do like it. I think it's a good anime, so I'll try to get caught up with it as much as possible before that drops. So we'll be talking about this in about 2 weeks. And then the Drops of God, which I have no clue what it's about, but we'll be finding out on Monday. What do you guys think of the lineup for Crunchyroll Anime Nights? That's going to be dropping, I think, on Monday, right?
Yeah, Monday's the 16th.
Yeah, the 16th. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So what do y'all think? Anything you're looking forward to? It's like, oh yeah, I'm looking forward to this one.
I'm looking forward to all of it. I mean, it's my first anime night I'm going to, so
okay.
I'm interested in, just the format, just the vibe. I'm gonna try to get some out of the theater reactions in regards to some of these animes. So I'm interested. I'm really excited, to be honest with you. This is a big week for me. So got anime nights, MegaCon.
There you go.
Yeah, MegaCon. Yeah, a week from today, right? Or yesterday, actually. A week from
Wednesday.
Thursday.
For me, I'm leaving on Wednesday, but yesterday.
Yeah,
I'm ready,
yeah.
I'm excited. This is going to be fun.
Name, Stacy. Anything y'all looking forward to here?
Unfortunately, I could never get into ReZero. It's not a bad series. It's really good. It's just not one of mine. Demons of the Shadow Realm, I'm probably going to try and take Monday off if I can to go see that. Can't guarantee anything right now. Though I'm kind of in the same boat as you, DA, when it comes to the Drops of God. Now,
I know nothing about it. I've heard nothing about it,
Yeah, like I said, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
I read the synopsis for Drops of God. It sounds interesting, but I need to see the execution of it. So out of all of these, I think Drops of God is the most grounded. It seems like it's really like a drama show. And I'm wondering like how that's gonna go, because I haven't seen Food Wars, but I know that's a really like dramatized like version of like cooking. And it seems like from the description, it either is like that or it's like really like more grounded. So I'm really interested in seeing it. But this goes back to the conversation we had a few weeks ago, where this is how like you promote anime. You put a really popular anime that everyone loves or like looks forwards to, and then you bundle it with a few that are strong enough to stand on their own, but they maybe need the publicity. They need like, it's like people wouldn't take a chance, or they would second glance it if like you were just scrolling through like the list on Crunchyroll. So I think this is a good, like, putting ReZero in there. That's the big hook. Even if like we're not the biggest ReZero fans, like someone's a big ReZero fan. So if they go there and then like they see like, oh, Demons of Shadow Realm was cool, or Witch Hat Outlier was cool, like I think that's how you like grow anime, and how you like showcase like this is showcase your platform.
This is a really good showcase. I think we really enjoyed the first one that we saw. Me and Cyfax did it out of the theater on that one, and that had oh shit, what did it have now? Sentenced to be a Hero. It had that You and I Are Polar Opposites one, and then it had what was the last? What was in the last two?
Dead
Talking
Account?
about a rom-com one, right?
Dead Account.
Dead Account.
Yeah, Dead Account.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty solid. It's okay. Not my favorite.
Bro, did you watch the last episode, DA? The last episode was wild and good and
I haven't caught up yet. I got to get caught up with it.
Crazy, bro. That shit was crazy. I was like, it was a pause the whole time, bro.
Dead Account is actually solid. It's actually a good anime. I wouldn't say it's my favorite of the season, but it's actually working. You know, it works out well. But yeah, so let's talk about this. All right. This is what's coming up. I had to do some screenshots because it wasn't showing up correctly on my thing. But we got season 2, or should I season 2? The spring season coming up. Let me just order these properly. So here we go. This is what's coming up this spring. All right. We got a My Hero Academia special releasing the May 2nd. We got ReZero season 4, obviously. Tensura season 4. Classroom of the Elite season 4. I did not know we was on season 4 of Classroom of the Elite.
They've actually before you go any further, DA, the seasons are actually based on the on the light novels, and those are actually done by years. So
okay.
So season 4 will probably be like year 4 from the books.
Okay. Got you. Yeah, listen, man. I saw the first season, and whereas I thought it was all right, it wasn't nothing that I was checking for. I caught it, and then I kind of just memory hold it, and then I look up, and it's like, oh shit, they're on season 4. Like that's crazy, right? But then we got season 2 of The Angel Next Door, new anime, which is the one we just talked about, Witch Hat Atelier. Wisteria season 2, Dr. Stone season 4 part 3. I am looking forward to Dr. Stone. All right, I'm a big Dr. Stone fan, so that one I'm looking forward to. Anything on this catch your eye before we move on to the next?
The My Hero special is one I'm going to be keeping an eye on. I'm gonna cover you, name on that one.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see the fallout on that one, bro. The cope is going to be crazy from certain parts of the community.
Tensura, I'm definitely looking forward to, and of course, Dr. Stone.
T is asking, how is this going to get you laid? You got to go to the anime conventions and talk to the waifus out there, T. All right. You got to go to the anime conventions and talk to the waifus. T thinks there's only one type of woman in the world, I guess. All right. It's like otakus ain't getting laid on a daily by you know, cute little chicks in cosplay. Yeah, all right, T.
T would be wrong on that one. I can actually.
He would be very wrong on that, but it wouldn't be the first time T was wrong. All right, let's move on. This is the next. This is the next one. All right, we got. Oh wait, hold on. Let me zoom in on this a little bit, or maybe. Oh no, too far. It's hard to get these little screenshots perfect. Yeah, we'll just go with that. All right, Ascendance of a Bookworm season 4. We got Iruma Kun season 4. Isekai Nonbiri, never heard of that. Season 2, and then T-Bait. Ain't no way in hell. Look, Name was trying to tease me with
DA's favorite anime, bro. Bro, I'm never letting. You're not letting. I'm not letting that go.
Hell no. Look. Name just likes messing with me, man. Nah, T-Bait was terrible. I tried it. I said, all right, man, you know, people are giving people. It was because people was hating on it. It was like, man, it can't be this bad. And I started watching it, and I was like, I'm out.
It's that bad.
It's that bad.
Bro, that shit was funny, bro. I remember.
It's the first couple of episodes that make you think it's gonna be okay. But yeah, T-Bait is not a
bro. That's the reason why I keep giving you shit for that is because I remember when you're doing like content for anime heads, you said this was like one of your top 3 anime for spring 2025, and then like just watching your reaction just like slowly die as like you watch it. That shit had me dying, bro. That's why.
Oh man, look, I just said, bro, everybody was hating on it, and then I said, can't do it. Can't keep going. Demons of the Shadow Realm, that's releasing in April. We got Barbarian's Bride, new anime. I'm not familiar with that. the Yozakura Family season 2, and then Second Prettiest Girl, which is a new anime. So out of these, I'm looking forward to Demons of the Shadow Realm. I'm not familiar with any of the other ones. If something catches my eye and I hear good things, I'll probably check in with it. But so far, Demons of the Shadow Realm, Witch Hat Atelier, I'm definitely checking that out. Dr. Stone for show, amongst others. All right, let's keep it going. And then the last page, we got Rent a Girlfriend. Are you guys Rent a Girlfriend fans? I didn't hear it. Look, T is probably.
I'm waiting for T to comment on this one, dude. I'm just waiting for him to say something about that.
Come on, man.
Don't let T watch this anime, bro. He's gonna be so heated, bro. This anime is dog water, bro. Oh my god.
Is it that bad?
Bro, this guy is the main character is a cuck, bro. Oh my god. He's a simp, bro.
It's that bad, huh? Rent a Girlfriend. They on 5 seasons though. I've never watched it.
The main character in that show, and I actually know this because my friend that basically dedicates herself to Urza, she watches that. That dude is a bigger simp than most of the guys out here nowadays. Like, that's how big of a simp he is.
Yeah, this looks like the girls section of the stuff dropping in spring. So we got From Villainous to Savior, season 2. Petals of Reincarnation, new anime. Mistress Kanan, also a new anime. And then down here we got Liar Game, which is new. Ashiteru Game, which is also new. What is that?
Marriage Toxin.
Oh, Marriage Toxin. Yeah. Marriage Toxin. All right, that's interesting. That's new. And then Akane Banashi, also new. So a lot of new anime on this page. I have zero interest in watching any of these, but the ones that I do think are going to work out very well. Before I move on, anybody down for any of these? Name you gonna catch up on Rent a Girlfriend?
Bro, I can't, bro. Like I said, DA, Mama didn't raise a quitter. I started it, I gotta finish it, even though I know what fucking happens, bro. I'm crashing out watching this anime every fucking time. It's so fucking bad. It peaked in season 3, bro. Like.
Why?
Oh, what were you gonna say, Stacey?
If you're crashing out on this, dude, that should be what you put on a YouTube channel. Just you crashing out on videos of Rent a Girlfriend, you'll hit 1,000 subscribers overnight.
That guy is. I've seen some of the stuff that's coming, and it's good, bro. Like I think the author's just rage baiting at this point. Like there's no way like. He's like writing it like this. Like I heard they just go in circles in the manga and people are frustrated. But going back on topic, I'm looking forward to Akane Banashi. The premise sounded really interesting. I was learning about some of like the different like Japanese like art forms in my culture class, and it was really really cool because it was just really cool seeing like how that like kind of had an indirect inspiration for like all the like the different theater forms, which like led to like which indirectly inspired anime. So we'll have to see how it's executed, but something I don't know if I'm pretty sure you have more, DA, but I just want to say like so far like everything on this list, aside from like a few like overlaps in like genre, it feels like we're getting something different from like each show, and that's like something I wish we would see out of like Hollywood more, because it feels like they just kind of lock in on like one genre and then they just like kind of churn out that genre until it's dead, and then they move on to the next one. Whereas like you had like a whole shonen section, you had like a few romance section. Like I think it's just really interesting. Like there's something for everyone in here.
Yeah, that's the one thing I like about anime is you have different. Anime is an art form, but you have different genres. You have isekai, you have shonen, we talked about this before. So that's the beauty of anime, is that there's something for everybody. And they put out, so I mean, look at all of the stuff that's coming out. I mean, this is just like I think a tip of the iceberg, with the amount of series that they're going to be dropping. Hold on, let me zoom in.
A wide variety,
too, right? Like
oh yeah,
such a variety, right? Yeah, and that's what makes it special. So yeah, you want to get you okay, you're not into shonen, all right, okay, maybe it's Classroom of the Elite, which is kind of slice of life, dramas. student. I mean, there's some crazy shit that goes on in Classroom of the Elite, but you have a little bit of everything, with that. You want some fantasy, you want some magic. It looks like these two, Wisteria, I'm sure that's some sort of or Wistoria.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's some sort of a fantasy.
Yeah, that is a fantasy.
Yeah. And then you got Dr. Stone, which is like science and, futurism. And, there's all kinds of stuff going on with that. So, I mean, there's so many different ways that anime just can, kind of cover it all, and that's why I got Crunchyroll, because what I do is I'll like try out anime that I probably never would check for otherwise. It's kind of like the same thing with the pirate sites, like you were saying before, Name. It's like, hey, man, I ain't going to watch this. I ain't paying money for this, but I'll check it out on a pirate site. And if it's good, I might actually go out there and buy the merch and buy some, get the DVD and get all of that, and that's how it works. So, but yeah, I think it allows you to do, with so many different genres. Like I was telling y'all before, I started watching this, and I want to go back and catch up on it. Solo Camping for Two, which is just some random anime that it just happened to pop up on Crunchyroll. And I was like, what is this? And I click on it, and all of a sudden, before I knew it, man, I'm on like episode 5. And I was like, yo, this actually isn't that bad. This actually isn't that bad, And so that's the reason why I think that, anime works for a lot of folks, man. All right, guys, we got to wrap things up. There's one more thing that I want to talk about. This is a big one. We finally get a look, or maybe not a look, but we've already kind of known what this was going to be. Avatar: The Last Airbender is coming to theaters. Avatar Aang, The Last Airbender. I thought it was supposed to be called The Legend of Aang, the movie. That's
wait, did they move it back to theatrical, or is it still on streaming?
They did not. No, at least as far as I've known, no, they have not moved this back to theatrical. This is still coming out on Paramount Plus or whatever streaming service they're going to push it out on. But they gave us our first look, I guess, at the Aang gang. All right. And, all of them as adults. And, that's our first look at them. Listen, man, I'm not feeling this. I was so excited for this. When I first heard about it, I was like, yes, this is going to be dope. It's going to be in theaters. It's going to be a 2-hour movie. I was looking so forward to this. And now I'm just like, I have a strong feeling that this thing is going to be ultra woke, just because they said we got to match the voice actors with their Asian backgrounds, with their races. When I heard that they had to do that, and it's like, okay, so we're going to be losing all of the folks that did the original voices, even though they're still around and they can do the voices. We just going to move on. And it's like, I don't know how to feel about this, man, but are you guys excited for Avatar: The Legend of Aang?
Bro,
I was until I heard that.
Dude, Stacy and I were talking about this. We were theorizing that, Paramount's known for like they want to be like 30 films in theaters, but like we were theorizing like what if the reason they're pushing it straight to streaming is because, like you said, it's like actual dog shit and they just want to bury it as fast as possible. Like, relegate it to Paramount Plus. Of course they probably want to build it up, but it's like they also like is like, yeah, this one's not like theater quality, because like if you put something else to the theater, like especially now that they got the Warner Bros. Deal, all eyes are going to be on them. So like everyone's going to be checking them for quality. Everyone's already pressing them about Starfleet Academy, even though like that's before the Ellisons came in. So like if they see this being put into theaters and it's actually like bad, and like you brought it up, and then like Angel like bad. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like you said, like the casting like already makes me turns my head, like made me turn my head. Like an Angel like reminded me of it. I was like, yo, like why are they like why did they switch everything up? And like I heard even after like the first season, like the creators like they kind of just hit lightning in the bottle. Like I heard Legend of Korra was like mid at best, and like a little already like they're already delving into woke stuff. And then like the next Avatar looks like it seems like an extension of it. So it's like the question is like can these like, because they brought back the original like creators, I think, right?
Yeah, it's the original creators that did
it.
Yeah, so like you just said, the same people that did The Legend of Korra, all right, which was terrible outside the first season. The rest of that is terrible. And the same guys that, like, I think the idea of just changing the voice actors, it's enough for me to say, okay, you're doing it based not on, okay, these people need to sound a little bit older. We think that these voices would not be the voices we would use for these older versions of the characters. No, they strictly said it was based on DEI purposes. It was strictly for DEI. And I said, as soon as I heard that, I'm like, this is a bad sign for this. And I love the original Avatar, man. Okay. I absolutely love the original Avatar, The Last Airbender. It was phenomenal. And to hear that they're, I don't know, man. I think I'm already out.
Yeah,
right?
and it's like you said, D. It's like you said, D. Like, it's not like these guys aren't out there. Like, they're still going to conventions, like, you know, and putting these characters on their like promotional posters. Like, aside from, I think Aang's voice actor, he's grown up and he doesn't like do voice acting anymore. But like, he still comes to the conventions, and so like, you know, maybe you can recast him. But like everyone else, like, they're still going to the conventions. They're still engaging with the fan base. Like. It's like what, like you said, and I found that little like Reddit thing. I think you covered it a long time ago as well. It was purely because of DEI. Like they said, like, oh, as the voiceover field has developed over the years, we're trying to cast, be more like race conscious about who we cast to match the ethnicity. I'm like, bro, that's like the most racist thing I've ever heard. Like, I think it's like in their pursuit for, you know, social justice or like equality, whatever, they're becoming the very thing they hate. Like, discriminating against someone based on their race is just crazy. Like, these guys still got it. Like, and you know, if you want it, like you said, if they were to do it because these characters need to sound older, like, okay, it would suck, but I guess the fans could live with that. No, that's not the reason they're going with. They just straight up admitted it, and like they just expect the fans to just take this.
Yep.
Name if they didn't have double standards, they'd have no standards.
Facts.
You already know how I feel about this. This has already been a wrap for me. So this movie, I was excited like you were, but once I noticed all the voice actors were changed, once I seen Dave Bautista was in this, I was like, yeah, I'm good. Like,
I got the original Last Airbender on Blu-ray. I'll stick with that.
Yep. Yeah, look at this, man. This is these are the voice actors, man. This was them at a convention doing their characters in their own voices, man. It's like you can't imagine these characters any other way.
Hello in character.
I am not Toph. I am Melon Lord.
Uncle Iroh, can you say hello in character?
Hello, my friends. It is I, Uncle Iroh, or at least his second voice. And life will reward you.
Azula, hello in character.
Hello, I'm glad you guys love me. My own mother thought I was a monster. She was right, of course, but it still hurt.
Ty Lee, can you say hello in character?
Hi, I'm Ty Lee, and your aura is very pink.
Hey, Sokka, can you say hello in character?
Sokka here, Southern Water Tribe. Being sarcasm guy, just a guy with a boomerang, saying hello. Water Tribe.
Korra, can you say hello in character?
Hey, what's up? It's Korra, aka the Avatar, and you gotta deal with it.
Yeah, I didn't like hers. I didn't like Korra. But you can't even imagine. You cannot imagine these characters in any other voice, man. As you just close your eyes, you can hear everybody. You can see them. You see their mannerisms and everything. So for them just to go away from the voice actors, I'm sorry, man. And especially, like I said, doing it for DEI purposes, it's like, I'm out. I'm out. I can't fuck with it. You know, that's how I feel, man. All right, guys, that'll about do it. Everybody, thank you for your time, your attention on, Anime Nights number 19. We will be here. Hey, we're going to do a special Anime Nights on Monday night to talk about the Crunchyroll Anime Nights and our reactions to that. So I don't know what time you're going to go and watch it, Angel. I don't know if you're going to watch it at all, Stacy. Name, I know I'm watching it. I know you're watching it. I think Cyfax will also be checking it out. I'm not sure about Brandon, but, I'll drop the link in the chat. And we'll talk about the 4, anime, that we're going to watch, and we'll talk about it. And we'll see which ones we think might take off and, which ones are probably going to get left behind. But, yeah, we'll do that on Monday night after we get back from the theaters. So it's probably going to be about 9:30 my time, based on, and then I'll drop it. And then you guys can just come in whenever you get the link. And if you want to come and, discuss it, we'll do that. Yeah. Oh, look, we got a couple of more super chats. Almost left them behind. All right. Before we get up out of here, Nick Knack for 5 says T is like Beetlejuice. You mentioned him. He'll appear soon. Yeah, that's it. T just hangs out in the background. I think he just be listening for his name. He keeps the stream on. He's listening to what we talking about. And if we say T, he pops up, So yeah, that's very true, man. Just say his name 3 times.
I said this earlier. I was like, speak of the devil, he shall appear. And T was like, yes, that is.
That's right. Thank you very much, Nick Knack, for the 5. And then Jeremiah Hembry. Shout out, a member for 11 months. That's what's up, baby. Hey, thank you for the support, Jeremiah Hembry. He says, how much will My Hero Academia movies make? I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're going to do a movie. I think they're going to do a live action TV series. I think that's the goal. If they're doing a movie and they try to do a live action movie, that thing is not going to do well. I would do an animated movie before I would do, but I mean, it's over, the series is done. What they should have did, just like Demon Slayer, is do that final episode, do that in theaters, and really make it cinematic. And that would have made some bank. That would have cleaned up. As big as the My Hero Academia fan base is, the My Hero fan base is enormous. And just like with Demon Slayer, I think it would have caught on all over the world. It would have did probably Demon Slayer numbers if they did that.
Shit. That just reminded me of something. This My Hero movie, I heard there was some discourse, and I completely forgot about this. I think Anime Japan is supposed to be coming up in the next few weeks or so, and they're gonna have a lot of big announcements for that. And then, they're doing a My Hero panel. And a lot of fans were speculating, are they gonna announce a crossover movie between Vigilantes and My Hero? And I'm like, how would that even work? Because Vigilantes is not even done yet. And if you were to do that, it would have to be adult Deku and adult Koichi, and there's a lot of spoilers in that. So they could do it, but it would probably be a few years off unless they would just solely focus it on the main My Hero cast. But yeah, I just remember that. My bad.
Yeah, it's coming up 2 weeks from now, March 28 and 29. This is it right here. Let me share this. This is the Anime Japan 2026, March 28. They got 4 stages: red, green, blue. This is what they got: My Hero Academia, Vigilantes. But they don't really say what it is. It just says they're gonna have something going on for about a half hour. They're gonna discuss it. It'll be on YouTube. All right. So if you want to watch it, you can. But all right, yeah, we got to keep our eye on this stuff, man. Thanks for the reminder. I forgot all about Anime Japan. That's going to be out there in Japan. I hope it's going to be. But see what time this is times in. Yeah, I got to figure out what time this is all going to be taking place in America so we can watch it. But yeah, like I said, man, I think if Jeremiah Hembry, if they did a movie and they did it the way Demon Slayer did it, I think that thing would have made bank. The Demon Slayer, first, what did it make? $750 million. You're going to be talking about another movie following this one. That one's going to make more money. The third one is going to clean up. I think that they should have did it that way. That's how you do anime movies in theaters. It's connected to, it's not like a spinoff. Sometimes you get these little one-off My Hero movies. We've seen those, but they're considered not canon. It's just some sort of a side story.
No, those are canon. It's just so poorly implemented. They're canon, but it's just so poorly implemented because you have these OPS characters, OPS situations, and then they just never bring it up, bro. That's one of my criticisms. But I know what you're talking. It's canon, bro. Trust me, bro. Look it up.
Name is Copen. He wants them to be canon, just like he wants Vigilantes to be canon.
Whoa, you don't want to go there.
I'm messing with your name. I know. I'm messing with your name.
I know that's a point of contention because I know the Naruto and I know the Naruto and One Piece movies they aren't canon, but it's really weird because sometimes is it its own thing? Is it canon? I sometimes it's really confusing for anime fans, but they do it better than some of the other movies here in the West. So
It would basically depend on how it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to. How do you lay the movie out to make people need to go and watch it? And you need to watch the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle because it's literally the end of the story. So that's why like I said, they could have did like half a season of My Hero Academia, and then the second half is just all going to be in theaters. All right. It's all going to be in theaters in the second half of the season. You know, you could have chopped it up. You already had it made. Just put it in theaters. It was cinematic enough to me. You know, it didn't. So I don't know. That's what I would have done. And I would do the same thing with JJK. I would do the same thing with like, what's the other one? The Chainsaw Man's already been in theater. And look how well Chainsaw Man did, you know? So I think that's how you got it.
One of my criticisms with the My Hero movies is that I felt that they took away from the budget of the TV show. Because I remember like season 5, I thought it was okay. The animation was like kind of all over the place, and like they were making a movie at that time. So like I feel like they kind of took all the good animators, them on the movie because like, you know, you're gonna put in theaters, they got to make the return, and they kind of just sidelined the anime. So it's also like, do you really need to make this movie? Like DA said, like, is there a story reason? Are you just making it for like money? Like, are you just?
It has to be connected to the overall canon, and it has to be vital and important, and then you'll watch it. You know. All right, guys, that'll do it for me. Everybody, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Angel, Stacy, y'all got anything y'all want to shout out? What you got coming up? Let's start with you, Angel.
I just got some video game streaming tomorrow going on, and the Crunchyroll anime stream coming up on Monday. So just looking forward to that. Looking forward to the Out of the Theater review. So look out for that. And that's pretty much all I have going on.
Cool. All right, cool. And then Stacy, anything you got coming up, bro?
I got a new episode of Marvel Cosmic Invasion tomorrow, starring She-Hulk and Spider-Man. Starting my Let's Play of Trails of Cold Steel 1 on Sunday, and I'll be live streaming Fairy Tales Epilogue Sunday night. I'm gonna try and see if I can get Monday off so I can go to the anime nights, but right now I don't see it happening.
Hey, no worries, man. We'll catch up with it down the line. All right, guys. Thank you very much. We'll be on Sunday for the DA's office, so come hang out with us there. I'll have daily videos up tomorrow as well as Sunday. Everybody have a good one. I'm sending you over to Smash JT. Right now, he's playing Lunar Silver Star on Smash JT's gameplay channel. So when you get over there, hey, tell him I said what's up. Give him some love and some respect. And we will see you guys on the next one. Y'all have a good evening. Peace out.